We need to maximize the map space. But hey, we're live! Hello! Hello, everyone! And welcome to Curse of Strahd! We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Christiana Ellis, the Dungeon Master, and we have all 5 of our players today!
Yay!
Those players include, oh, you know what? I have your labels all in the wrong places. Let's fix that as I introduce you. So, we have Lee Burdett as Honor, the Tiefling Ranger, now with the appropriate name tag.
Yay!
We have Mark Kilfoyle as Rockjaw, the half-orc barbarian.
Greetings.
We have Nobilis as Zia, the human wizard.
Do not ask questions if you do not want the answer.
We have Nukjas as Shadow, the elven druid and part-time silver dragon. And then Tim Dodge as Pavel, the human cleric.
Everything I do is for the common people.
All right, so last week's session of Curse of Strahd was short but very sweet. Is that the right word? Intense. How about that?
Yeah.
Your party of adventurers had just returned the bones of St. Andral to St. Andrel's church, allowing it to be re-sanctified, and you were talking about what your plans were next and your various priorities. You need to recover the holy relic that Madame Ava foretold. You need to recover the Sun Sword. Ideally, you would like to be able to recover Ismark, who is foretold to be a powerful ally for you. Maybe if you could rescue his sister, that would be good too. But the hag Morcantha had also told you that the castle itself has a heart that protects Strahd, and it would be very difficult to beat him if you don't destroy that first. But as you were discussing your plan of action, a thump against the door turned out to be Strahd holding Morgantha's severed head. Apparently she did not get away, and he basically gave you the riot act about how you need to stop messing with his plans. He's very mad. And he made the sunset just out of sheer will, so he's not screwing around.
It was a lot more intimidating than that.
Yeah.
I was wondering, it wasn't like, geez, guys, stop messing up my plans. It
You
was,
guys are such a
I'm
pain.
going to be the Lord,
Yeah.
Lord of all of this place.
But in any event, yes, he was very intimidating. He was basically trying to put the fear of Strahd in you. And,
How long have you been waiting for that?
well, it just came to me.
And he didn't even give Morgantha the opportunity to save face.
Well,
Oh.
That's
Nicely done.
awesome.
Took a second for that to sink in.
But so in addition to shooting various fireballs at you, assaulting the church with ghouls and swarms of bats, it seemed like you fought off the ghouls and thought, whew, that was close, and then another fireball, and then animated gravestones starting to beat down the door. It's not going well. But then a flock of were-ravens appeared and swarmed Strahd and forced him to withdraw. And you discovered your friend Adrian Martikov, the were-raven, told you that the spirit of Julius, one of your fallen party members, appeared to him and warned his family to get out before Strahd's forces could take the winery.
You're here, Julius.
And so,
Yay.
Julius.
so he has returned. He has told you that his family has successfully driven Strahd back to his castle, but that if you guys are going to do something about Strahd, it's time.
Yeah. Well, we kind of knew that.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
All right. So, question:
Yes.
does this count as a short rest? Because Anubis needs healing badly.
Needs healing
badly.
Well, you tell me.
I think we need to take a short rest. I
Yeah.
agree.
Short
I agree.
rest is an hour, but if you need it, you need it. So,
Yeah.
Adrian is looking a little bit antsy, like he would be willing to stay with you guys if you wanted, but he's also feeling like he wants to make sure his family's okay.
Well, he should follow his own.
See to your family.
Yeah, follow his own. Whatchamacallit, the conscience.
He look. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just have a quick question. Is my character sheet up to date with what was used?
Well, who is running?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you had only just turned into your silver dragon form, so your wild shape should give you 5 hours in this form. But frankly, if you take a short rest, you could drop it and recover your use of the wild shape. So you could be in whichever shape you would prefer. But as we start the session, you had only just transformed.
Yes. And okay, great. Thanks.
So are you staying in your dragon form for now?
Yeah, but I'm gonna rest in the dragon form.
Okay. I think if you rest while you're in the dragon form, that doesn't count as recovering the ability.
Okay, then I'll drop it.
Because you're using it as you do.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll put your elf form token back on here. Okay. So as you guys encourage Adrian to see to his family, he nods, looking a little bit relieved, like he wants to help you guys. He wants you guys to succeed, but he's also conflicted. So but he nods and he says, "Good luck. You have more allies than you know."
You have done us a great service. See to your family and make sure they are safe. And when we are victorious, we will speak again in happier times.
Yes. I believe that will happen.
Sorry, I think I've become British.
That's okay. It happens to the best of us.
I've got to chew my lips a little bit more to get the rocks off.
All right. So Adrian does fly off to basically rejoin the rest of his family. He had wanted to check in with you guys to make sure you knew what was going on. All right. So you guys are taking your short rest, recovering, recouping a little bit. Are you discussing plans or?
I think we've already made our plans.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, well, I mean, if there's any place that Strahd might not overhear us, it's in here. But
Esmeralda, I think, would say. He also seemed a bit busy at the moment. That said, Van Richten, I think, at this point would say, that said, being driven away by the were-ravens it's a bit of an indignity, and I'm sure he will be looking for a way to recover the initiative.
well, I think we should, in spite of the fact that it is now nighttime, we should be on our way to the castle. I don't think there's any reason to. If we wait for dawn, we may wait forever.
I don't think time of day matters at this point.
Yeah.
He can simply make it to be night again if he needs to.
Exactly. So we should make all haste for the castle. Van Richten,
Yes.
our first destination at the castle will be the crypts. We need to find his brother's crypts, and quite possibly another one that may hold an artifact we are looking for.
I know
Are you
portions
aware-
of the dungeon area, which is on the same level as the crypts.
If you can lead us to those places, hopefully avoiding such things as traps and monsters, it would be to our advantage if we can do that. Do you believe you can at least get us in the general vicinity that way?
I believe that I can lead you at least back to where my cell was. but I did not do much exploring of the castle otherwise.
All right. That will suffice.
All right.
So we'll be on our way.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, so switch us to the map of Barovia here, and as we get our little party marker here, you're traveling by road. What's your path here as you make your way towards Castle Ravenloft?
I think for the most part we would go by the road, but there's a little bit of forest that can cut off some of our time, like right here.
Yep.
If we cut through there, then that'll cut off.
I think that's the route we had before, right? That's where
Yep.
we...
Yeah, you've passed through that area a couple of times just to save a little bit of distance, shortcut.
Yeah.
You guys
So,
are tough enough now that the stuff you're just randomly running into in the forest is running away from you rather than towards you.
Did we run into
Okay.
bundles of clothing?
A couple of times, yeah.
On several occasions, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think taking our favorite shortcut
Yeah.
through just to get to the road.
Yeah.
And with Rakshar with us, it's not a
Hmm.
significant impediment.
Right. What I'm actually even going to tell you guys is that as you travel, even what little sort of wildlife activity or signs of any other, animals or other, entities that would surround the area, it all seems strangely muted. There's almost an electricity in the air, suggesting that the entire realm is just waiting for you to get to that castle.
Yeah.
There is hope again in the world. We have done this.
Yeah. The good things have hope, the evil things are afraid. But Strahd still awaits within the castle.
Yeah.
Let us be on our way.
As you guys make your way back up to these big gates, you once again find that they open at your approach.
When we come back through, be sure to oil those.
Or maybe just take them down.
Esmeralda looks way up at these 100-foot tall gate doors and just says, I think that would take a lot of oil.
We'll have the time.
And as you pass through the gates, just immediately as you cross through the threshold, a thunderclap in the sky, and you can see the wind starts to pick up and it starts to rain.
Yes, I believe Strahd is having a temper tantrum.
And as you make your way through the hills towards the castle, approaching, you see its peaks, its towers, silhouetted by the lightning as it flashes. The rain is coming down pretty hard now, but you have approached the castle threshold.
In the Twitch chat, Prince Justin says, when I saw the email from Twitch, I came in a Strahd line.
Excellent. So, as you guys have approached the castle, you just, not that you have found any other entrance so far, but are you just crossing the drawbridge, going through the front door? Or at least into the courtyard?
Into the courtyard, yep. There's no other options here.
Yep. All right, so
The
first...
crypts are in the basement, correct? If I
Yes.
remember that right? Okay.
Yeah, so let's switch us to a different ambiance, perhaps the one called Vampire's Castle.
Seems apropos.
From desktopaudio.com.
Tabletop audio.
Tabletop audio, that's right.
Although, when you're using Roll20, it's all actually incorporated into the experience, so you don't have to go to the website. They have it all just built in.
I hope in our exploration of this place we find out who that crazy organist is.
I thought that the past implication was that was actually Strahd.
If he's not playing a large pipe organ when we fight him, then I'm gonna.
Yeah, while you fight, you're like, boy, you guys are making it really hard to hit these 16th notes.
Blair
This time I thought it was a Phantom of the Opera.
Don't make jokes about that. There was a powerful artifact in first edition Advanced D&D that was an organ.
Did it do an organ transfer?
All right.
Or was it all the Oregon Trail? Sorry.
So, you guys have now entered the courtyard. Let me pull up some of this stuff so I can reread some of these descriptions because it's fun.
And it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Okay. So, yes, as you enter this front, after winding through the forest and craggy mountain peaks, the road takes a sudden turn to the east, and the startling, awesome presence of Castle Ravenloft towers before you. Beyond these, there's twin turrets of stone broken from years of exposure. Beyond these guard towers is a precipice of a 50-foot wide, fog-filled chasm that disappears into unknown depths. A lowered drawbridge of old, shored-up wooden beams stretches across the chasm between you and the archway to the courtyard. The chains of the drawbridge creak in the wind, their rust-eaten iron straining under the weight. From atop the high walls, stone gargoyles stare at you out of their hollow eye sockets and grin hideously. A rotting wooden portcullis, green with growth, hangs above the entry tunnel. Beyond this location, the main doors of Ravenloft stand open. A rich, warm light spills from within, flooding the courtyard. Torches flutter sadly in sconces on both sides of the open doors.
All right. Let's go.
Are we going the same way as before?
Rickton, which way do you recommend? In the past, we have made excursions into the castle by passing through the gateway to our left. We have never gone in through the front door or on the right.
I came out through the servants' entrance as well.
All right, then we shall go back through that way. So, keeping our eyes open, watching for things that might swoop down onto us, because swooping is bad.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to ask everyone. Well, first, Zia, you are continuing to run Esmeralda, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Who wants to control then Rickton / Rictavio?
Who did him last time?
I just ran him.
Christiana
before,
did last.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dudes, I already got one.
I
I'm
can
not
do
going to
it
volunteer.
if nobody else wants to do it. Sure.
I can't. I don't have enough real estate on my screen here.
Okay. Well, I will give him to Nutty then, and note that as as previously mentioned, his character sheet, the standard version, does not reflect him having lost his good arm. So, note that you can use his character sheet as it is described here, but he does not have his sword cane attack that's described there. He can still do his spells, but he does not have the sword cane attack. And if he tries to do melee attacks with any other weapon, it will be at disadvantage. But he has knowledge and spells. They're mostly support spells. All right. So, everyone?
Hang on. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Did you give them to me?
Yeah.
Because I don't.
Should be in your journal under named NPCs.
Oh. There we go. Let's see. No. There we go. Got it. Thank you.
All right. So, I need everyone to make a stealth check. Assuming that you're being stealthy.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I think that would be a good idea.
Oh man.
What is this? The ranger has...
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was going to
Ranger
say
and
that
Druid roll terrible stealth checks. What do we know?
I was going
okay.
to say that the critical success was going to outweigh the critical miss, but 2 critical misses.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, while you guys are going to go ahead and make your way through the courtyard here, also make perception checks.
Just turn the door open.
Yeah, on the
Oh
outside.
man, Shadow!
Wow.
Shadow, you are like crap today.
Yeah, I
Lots of
really
people
am.
are. Yikes.
Yeah, we're all
Okay,
intercepted.
those are some pretty low. So out of all of you, the high was 16.
17 for Esmeralda.
Oh, okay, yeah, as 17 for Esmeralda. Well, so Honor, you and Esmeralda are both, keeping pretty alert, and the storm now, it's starting to rain pretty hard, and there's regular thunder and lightning, and mist everywhere, making it very difficult to see very far away. And not to mention the fact that it's dark, and pretty much the only illumination comes from the various flashes of lightning. And in fact, here's something I have not really enforced very much. I'm going to start saying, in areas that are dark, people without dark vision cannot see unless you guys decide that you are doing something about that. And it is pretty dark.
Makes
Going to be
sense.
darker inside.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So
You don't-
I have dark vision. Who
I'm pretty
does
sure
have dark vision?
Rictavio, and Esmeralda and Zia and Pavel do not have dark vision.
Yeah. I have a light spell.
Both,
There are
yeah.
there are sconces with fire, right? There are torches ever burning.
In some places.
Back to being British again. Sorry.
As
Yes,
Been watching the wedding, haven't you?
Van Richten says that there are some areas of the castle that are lit, but you probably shouldn't rely on that, because it could stop being lit at any moment for all you know. Not to mention that there are areas that are dark regardless.
Yes, I do not seem to have thought to buy torches, so hopefully other people have them.
Well, both Esmeralda and Van Richten have the light cantrip, so they can basically
So do I.
make anything into a torch equivalent for an hour, and then cast that over and over.
Yeah.
But the point is, if you're doing that, who's doing it? Who's lit up?
Right.
Yeah.
Zia definitely. He's
Go ahead.
yeah, he's got it on something hanging around his neck.
Okay. I've definitely got a lot of torches, so I can donate to the cause if someone wants to use a torch as the recipient.
Well,
Of a light cantrip.
Tavio is going to
Or for that matter, light it because it can't be dispelled.
yeah.
I have
Torches
some
can be
Monday-
used as fire, though, too. So,
Yep.
so
I think Van Richten could carry one of the torches.
okay.
Okay. So I'll hand one over to him.
He kind of does accept it and says, "Do you want me to use my one good hand to hold a torch?"
So
For the moment.
that's kind of what I've been trying to say for Van Richten. He was going to he's got the light spell. He could do that on something, but he kind of doesn't want to have to hold anything because he only
Okay.
has one hand.
Okay, I'll
Well,
take it then.
Yeah. You guys could also cast it like on a hat or a item of clothing, that sort of thing. But,
Okay. Etc. Yeah.
So, but
Oh,
okay,
you know what?
you guys have control of your tokens. You're still just standing in the threshold.
Raining out, we don't want to go in.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, we're moving as a group.
Yeah.
Right. So
Those of you who are moving more than one token, you can sort of drag and select to move them together if that's what you want to do.
Here we go. Working on it.
All right. So, as Esmeralda and Honor were, able to basically, you're pretty sure that there doesn't seem to be any activity in the courtyard at this time.
Okay.
All right. What can I see of that gate that we've all been crossing back and forth through?
Right. Let me. So, in this front courtyard, thick, cold fog swirls in the courtyard. Sporadic flashes of lightning lance the weeping clouds overhead as thunder shakes the ground. Through the dizzle, torch flames fluttering on each side of the keep's open main doors. But you guys didn't go that way. A massive wall juts out to connect the outer walls of the castle with the keep. A 20-foot wide, 20-foot tall archway offers passage through the connecting wall, but is blocked by a rusting iron portcullis. Twice now, Rockjaw just lifted it up.
Yep.
And now a third time.
It's the charm.
Go ahead and make a strength check. Or athletics is good too. Yep, you're good.
Let's go through.
Okay. So as you guys make your way back around to this this back rear courtyard, this courtyard northeast of the keep is enclosed by towering walls. A stone carriage house with hinged wooden doors stands silent in the corner where the outer walls meet. Across from the carriage house, a slender wooden door reinforced with iron bands leads into the keep. And Van Richten kind of nods to you at that door.
We are familiar. We have been in there twice. Let's...
Yeah, that door or this door?
Right here.
Yeah.
And then there's the carriage. The carriage house is the other. Is the door up here? But you guys haven't been in there.
Okay.
Go
Demon
nuts.
horses, man.
Don't want
And
to
so-
fight anything we don't have to fight.
Yeah. Alright. Okay, so if you guys are just heading on inside, then I'll take you to the inside map.
Okay.
Okay.
Time to use our inside voices.
Yes.
Oh my.
Wow.
All right. I think this is all set up properly, so let's get us here. And once again, let me open up the my descriptions for the this area, the main floor. All right. So, as you have entered this room, I'll remind you that as you've entered. Okay. So dim light filters in through a dust-caked window in the east wall. A door next to the window leads to the castle's northeast courtyard, which is where you just came from. Everything in this room is coated with dust, including the large, heavy table in the center of the floor. A thick book lies open on a desk with an inkwell and a quill next to it. There's a broken door in the north wall, and a staircase in the south wall plunges into darkness. On each side of the staircase, a skeletal figure draped in gleaming chainmail stands sagging at attention, holding a rusty halberd. You had previously inspected those and discovered that they were basically like held up by wire.
Yeah.
And the book was a guest book.
Zia's gonna sign it.
You actually go to inspect it and discover that not only are all your names in there twice already, but they appear again as you look at it.
Self-signing guest book. Cool.
Convenient.
Better handwriting than mine.
Is Anubis' name in there, or is it just a paw print?
It says honor and guest.
Honored guest.
Be our guest. Be our guest. It's a musical entry now. It's the hard part of the session.
All right.
Yeah, but you gotta do that with a French accent.
Do not expect that all will be identical to how it was. Maintain your alertness.
So, basically, oh, you know what? I realized that part of the description here includes something that I wasn't revealing, which is this room up here, because it calls this doorway to the north of you a broken doorway. So when it says a broken door in the north wall and a staircase in the south wall plunges into darkness, so that is, so basically the direction to the south is the way you've been before, but I realized part of this room description includes this, this room to your north.
Well, which way?
The doors in that one go up.
Oh, the stairs there go up. Okay.
The stairs
Yeah.
in that,
Then-
the stairs in the room to the north go up.
Okay, then definitely down.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. This is the way you have gone in the past. So let me bring you over to the next map down, which is nope, that's the up. That's why it has to. Well, the numbers are because it doesn't assume that it knows which direction you're going to go in any given moment, right? So, okay. Let me move you over. Oh. All right.
I know you're in the middle of a game, but I have something important.
All right. Let me move you onto the appropriate map. So you've descended now into those stairways, and once again you are in a room that is familiar. It is. This is map. Which one is this? There's a little woman.
It's like we're reliving our history.
Yeah.
Remember over there was a huge skull.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah. So the as you make your way into this area, the room that you enter, this hall, as you come out of the stairs, this hall stands in deadly silence. Heavy beams support a sagging 10-foot-high ceiling. Fog clings to the floor, obscuring everything that lies less than 3 feet above it. A giant shadow lurches across the sea. Oh, so never mind. That doesn't happen because that happened already. But also, and then to your left as you come down the stairs is arched frames of stone. Basically, there's a rusted but sturdy iron portcullis that leads into a room that looks like it has a bunch of wine barrels.
All right. Van Derkten, which way did you come up here?
He points to the end of the hallway and says, "Through there is a room with a number of bones."
Yes,
We
a
turn right.
large number. We have been here as well. Let us keep going.
Okay. Actually, hang on. Let me double check which way he would have gone here. Because I had a first assumption, but I want to double check that that's right.
She's got to go ask him.
I have the maps in Roll20, but when you buy the physical book, it comes with.
Ooh.
So, let me make sure. Yeah, okay. You know what? I'm sorry. This is not the way he would have come. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Okay. He would have. And, yes. So, I'm sorry. Let me retcon. He did not point to the end of the hall. He pointed to the door that's on the, to the left of that. This one. Yes.
Yeah.
He said he came up some stairs that were through there.
Okay, so back towards the general vicinity of the golems. If I'm remembering correctly.
So you, the only thing you had ever previously done in here is you peeked in the door previously, saw that there was a spiral staircase that goes both up and down from this level. And yes, the when you came the second time, this near the stairs is where you found the dragon skull, and you used the telekinesis to bring it over because it seemed suspicious.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it was the northern door that took us to the stone golems.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you went, yeah. So basically, the staircase in the upper left is the staircase that you went down. Yeah. Before when you.
Shanrekton, we are fairly certain that there is a trap on the floor in this section of hallway.
It would not surprise me in the least. Nothing happened when I passed through it, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. If you suspect a trap there, perhaps we ought to do a more thorough inspection.
Zia casts a light spell on a section of wall to really, in fact, on the ceiling above the trap there.
Strictly speaking, light can only be cast on something that is less than 10 feet in any given dimension.
How about a stone in the ceiling?
That works. Yeah.
Is it range touch or is it?
It is touch, but yeah, you could cast it on a stone in the ceiling, and it would be just like
I'll
a
give
light
you a
fixture.
boost. That's the ceiling.
And then carefully examine the area there.
Make a perception check. And if someone is aiding you, you can make it with advantage.
I would like to aid someone else, actually, because my perception score is not that great. I'll aid Esmeralda. How's that?
Okay.
She gets a 25.
Okay. Yes. She looks and she does see that there is. If you think of the two. Okay. So right here, she does see seams in the floor, walls, and ceiling that she points it out to you and looks at them and says, you can see that the seams go all the way around. It's almost as if this middle portion is not even physically connected to the rest.
And with this space off to the side, I would expect that it would just dump someone into that hole. That's how the expectation I would have of its operation.
When you peek around the corner, let's see.
It's because there's a wall there, but as I recall from the last time we described this, that's an open space.
Yeah,
leading down.
it's just open. Yeah, it's not a hole, but it is just like empty. It's just an empty little 10-foot by 10-foot area that doesn't lead to anything.
So how do we cross this? I could cast a wall of stone to make a bridge over the splash, but that seems like an awfully powerful spell to use in this situation.
How far do we need to jump?
Yeah,
It's 10 feet.
that's a big jump.
That's a big jump.
I can probably throw you.
I would not want to do that without something soft to land on the far side.
Let me throw someone else first.
Can somebody conjure up a pillow?
I am going to double check what the rules say about just jumping.
I think that'd have to be an acrobatics or.
It's based off your strength score.
Yeah, it is. There, like if you do a 10-foot lead up. Woo.
Excuse me a sec.
Wow, that's pretty loud. Okay, yes, long jump. When you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on a jump. So basically,
Okay.
If you know what you're trying to do,
So if you're
all of you that have a strength of at least 10 can make that jump if you basically get a running start and you know what you're trying to do.
I will cast another light spell at the spot where people should jump.
Okay.
Well, couldn't we have someone who would be quite good at this do the jumping and then take one end of rope with them, and then maybe we can construct some sort of rope bridge?
Some of you are not going to be able to pass via rope bridge. And I look at Van Richten.
Yeah. I believe that is. However, if you go first, Rockjaw, you will be able to help catch and/or assist people landing on the far end.
Plus, I get to see if anything happens once I land on the other side.
I was not going to say it.
I know, but you were thinking it. I'll leap over to I'll take the running jump and leap over the other side.
All right.
Try not to leap to the end of the hallway.
Yep. So I'm going to draw on here just where the seams were, in case it was not apparent.
Yeah.
But yes, so you leap across onto the other side. On my screen, you're suddenly translucent for some reason.
I just leaped over to the other side.
Or making the jump.
Well, I am. See if it goes wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So nothing goes wrong. I'm just trying to on my screen. Oh, for some reason, it's.
Oh, I was underneath something?
No. Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, I'm just on my screen. You look translucent in that spot for a reason that's not clear to me. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't think it's a problem.
Even the GM can't see me.
I am going to go next for the reason that I am scrawny, and I want there to be plenty of room for Rockjaw to grab me on the far side because I might not make it.
Does everyone have a strength of at least 10?
No.
No?
Hold on.
Zia has a 9.
All right. Well, then you're going to need to make a check.
Yes.
Can
Athletics.
I assist from the other side?
Yes. And that'll let him make it with advantage.
See, Shadow has an 8.
Okay.
And that's why she came up with the whole rope idea.
Okay. So anyone who has less than 10, it doesn't necessarily mean you won't be able to do it, but it does mean you'll have to make a check. With Rockjaw on the other side to try to catch you, I'll let you make it with advantage.
Okay. Now, see, this is one of the reasons that Zia took athletics as a skill. 19.
Oh, yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
You manage to a jump beyond what you like. You feel pretty good about that jump, and you land with no issue on the other side.
I give it the 7.
Next time on the Barovia Olympics.
And then Zia will get back out of the way so that he doesn't get in the way of anybody else coming across.
All right. Well, here goes nothing.
In fact, he's going to keep an eye out on the stairs. He's going to keep an eye on the stairs while Rockjaw has his attention focused elsewhere.
Right.
So it's a strength check then?
Athletics, if it's any better, but I would guess it's probably the same.
Athletics is better because.
Oh, well, okay.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was looking at acrobatics.
Yeah.
No, it's the same.
Yeah. So go ahead and make strength.
Oh
dear.
And I knew I would. So.
As you do your best to jump, but you just don't make it far enough. You're in your arc. You realize you're not gonna make it. Rockjaw's got his hand out, but you're not gonna be able to get far enough for him to pull you off of that, and you land kind of with a thud on the panel there, and you feel it quiver just a little bit, but nothing else happens.
Is it too late for her to turn herself into an eagle?
Well, she just landed on the thing, so...
Can I grab her and pull her off?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if that's what you want to do. Right now, she's standing in front of you on the thing.
Did I get any damage from the fall?
No.
Okay.
It was just short.
You just didn't make it as far as you wanted.
So I reach up for Rockjaw.
Well, there's no reaching up. You're standing right in front of him.
Yeah,
it's not a hole.
You're 2 feet
You're
away
just jumping over a patch of floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I make my way across.
This may explode.
So perhaps it is only triggered by having a certain amount of weight on it. If we go singly, it may not track. May not
Make
go off.
make an investigation check.
It may only trigger for the second person.
That is,
Yeah, you're not sure, but that does seem like a reasonable explanation is that it requires
if we
a certain amount of weight.
if we are required to come past this place in a hurry and are not going to take these elaborate precautions, then one at a time would be the way to cross this spot. If we are unable to take precautions, but we will continue jumping.
Okay. What about Honor? What about Anubis?
Anubis has a strength of 12, so I think he's
Okay. Yeah.
just gonna run and jump.
All right. Yep. So, if everyone else has 10 or higher, we can
No,
just go.
not Rictavio.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I'll go get him.
All right. So,
I'll go get him.
No.
No, if it's an advantage, then he makes it.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Well, if 10 is what you're looking for, but
Yeah.
Okay.
it does. It is. But I just mean you kind of assumed that. So, but yeah. So okay. What we'll say then is that everybody is able to.
Cross that section of floor.
Right. And so as you are across that section of floor and
Does anyone have chalk or charcoal? We should mark this to not forget it later. Because I've already forgotten it.
Nope.
I've got an explorer's pack. I'm not sure I don't remember what's in it. Let's see.
explore. I mean, I think I'll allow that someone has chalk. That seems like a
Okay.
reasonable thing that someone would have. It's not heavy. Someone has a piece of chalk. So you just mark that area then?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you cross that that area, and as things stand, Shadow apparently landing on it by herself was not enough to do anything. But that's the only sort of test of its function that you have. As you
Oh, by the
reach-
way, I just checked the explorer's pack, and I misspoke earlier. I actually have 10 torches. Good to know going forward. Okay.
All right.
sorry, carry on.
So mostly I wanted to establish it just because it's going to be a thing where if you guys have light, then you are lit up and visible potentially to something that might be looking for you, versus sneaking in the dark but some of you can't see. That's kind of the binary that I wanted to establish.
Okay.
All right.
I think we're going with lights.
Yep. Okay, so as you get to this spiral staircase, it goes both up and down from here, and Ben Richten says he came from down. That led to the dungeons, and he doesn't know that you can get to the crypts from the dungeons. It just seems to be on the same level.
Then let us go that way.
All right. Okay, so let me move you to the other map and get my descriptions open.
I think this is a new map too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you haven't been this way.
Yeah.
Right.
So strictly speaking, when we say new map, it is actually technically the same map that I'm working with, but you're going to an area you have not been to before. So as I switch you over, briefly, you're... oh, you guys probably won't see anything right now anyway, because I reset the fog of war. But,
It's very dark in here. Kind of foggy.
Yeah,
Let me light one of my 10 torches.
let me move you over to
I
where
can
you're going to
see.
be. And, okay. Okay. What is the marching order? Who's going first? And so on.
I'll go first.
Yeah, I was
Sorry,
going to say, you guys go
I
first.
don't know why, but every time we move maps, roll 20 quits on me.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Probably the fog of war thing. So now I have to close everything.
Yeah,
out.
I think Pavel and Rockjaw in the front.
Yep.
Esmeralda and Honor in the back, or possibly Shadow, and then Zia and Van Richten and Esmeralda in the middle.
Okay, so I've just revealed a little bit of an area, so go ahead and put yourselves in the appropriate order.
If someone could move me and Rictavio, that would be appreciative.
Yeah, don't move too far into the hallway yet. We're starting with you guys just at the
Just
stairs.
like at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, so basically don't have anyone move farther forward than where I had you, which is so one more back.
Oh, what?
One more back.
Okay, yeah, so there we go.
I didn't know if there was enough space there for us to all to stand.
Well, yeah, so you're on the stairs this way,
We're
and
kind of
so
on top of
basically
each
I
other.
wanted to have you not finish. You're still coming down the stairs. Is
Okay.
where we're picking back up. Okay, so as you guys are descending the staircase, the stairs descend into black, still water that fills an arched hallway before you. The water's surface is like dark mirrored glass, disturbed only by the thwick. Thwick is a weird word. It's of a drop falling from the ceiling. I wouldn't use thwick as an onomatopoeia for that personally, but drips, falling from the ceiling. 20 feet ahead, arched doorways lead downward from each side of the hallway. In each arched doorway, an iron door stands closed and partially submerged. You hear a weak cry for help from beyond the south door. And Rictavio, as you are approaching the stairs, says, wait! He sees basically Pavel about to step into the hallway and says, wait! There are a few places where there are trapdoors hidden beneath the water.
How do we find them?
Can anybody check for traps?
I have find traps.
How about a pole? Zia hands his staff forward.
Rictavio says, there's trapdoors that may be weight sensitive. I don't believe you would be able to just probe through. But there's at least one right there where you were about to step, because I discovered that one myself.
Will
Good
that
to know.
drain the water away?
And so he indicates that right there is where he had previously encountered.
All right.
Okay. What about where Rockjaw is standing? Is that spot
Well,
safe?
yeah. So I'm saying that as you and Pavel Pavel and Rockjob are right at the bottom, like standing on the bottom stair, without having taken a step into the hallway floor yet.
Okay.
The water is about 3 feet deep, so you guys are already kind of got your ankles wet.
Will the trap door opening drain the hallway? Asked Rictavio.
No, it's there's some sort of I believe it's some sort of a magical trap. It teleports you directly into one of the cells.
Ah,
I
How
had to
tough
escape
of-
a second time. It was very irritating.
all right.
While you guys are talking about this, you do hear a voice kind of still going, Someone there! Help me!
Can anyone float? The water is 3
Anubis
feet
can
deep.
Anubis can doggy paddle.
Is the water deep enough for him to doggy paddle?
It's 3 feet deep.
Oh, okay, so he can-
I think that find trap spell may actually be, if the traps are that dire, then perhaps the find trap spell would be appropriate. I thought you were just talking about holes.
No, there's definitely something magic. There's a mechanism and then a teleport.
Okay, so I'm going to wiggle my way forward.
Body surf.
Well,
You
no,
will
I'm
make
still
one
on this.
more.
I'm still high and dry. And considering the fact that everybody's on the steps, I'm going to get right here behind Rockjaw and cast Find Traps. 120 feet.
120 feet, wow. Okay, and so, let's see. Sense the presence that is within line of sight. Okay.
Yeah.
So, within 120 feet, but you still would, like if something is like in another room, you don't get that one.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, so you do definitely sense that in addition to the one that he pointed out, which you now sense, there are 4 more.
Oh, that middle one is inconvenient.
Yeah.
Quite.
Skirt around.
Yeah, so I've now drawn the squares where you sense the presence of traps, magical traps, here in the hallway. Now, what I'll say is this is a 10-foot wide hallway. None of these squares are bigger than 5 feet by 5 feet. So even though one of them is kind of in the middle, you could edge around it if you're careful.
Or hop over it.
So let's do that.
Yeah.
And so Van Richten says, I came from one of the cells in the left-hand room.
Were there others there too?
Not at the time that I was there, but that does sound to be where this new voice is coming from.
You said to the right, Honor?
Yep.
I am moving forward.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
so as you get to like this center area, and we'll just assume that, Honor is kind of guiding where everybody steps. I think it makes sense that you would probably need to be more towards the front of the order to do that.
Yep.
But yes, as you get there, so like as I mentioned, when you're at this sort of crossroads, there's steps that go down towards an iron door on each side, and so the iron door is now, in even deeper water. So it's like the water is like 6 feet deep as it gets to the door.
I will caution against being distracted by the prisoner. If we are successful and they are, then a few hours further incarceration will do them no great evil.
Whoa.
If we let them out and we fail, then perhaps that would be the worst possible thing.
Well, should we at least find out who the prisoner is? I mean, what if it's someone that can help us?
Do you trust your senses?
Sure.
I suppose we can look.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. I will keep an eye out.
Van Richten says, it is possible that we may find an ally if it's someone that Strahd would want imprisoned. That said, I would never suggest that we do not, that we let our guard down or do not maintain the appropriate level of distrust.
But they might be.
My enemy.
So are you checking out that room? So it was this door that you're hearing the voice come from, and as you kind of talk, it kind of goes quiet for a little bit, and then a little bit more of, someone there?
Who are you?
Someone is there. Are you? My name is Emil. Are you? Who is it? You're not Cyrus again. Are you a servant of Strahd? Do you oppose him?
We oppose him. Who are you?
My name is Emil. I said I am.
Why are you here? Tell us your story.
I'm here because, well, you don't see him. You're hearing his voice through the, the small iron grating on this door. Let me pull up this bit here. Let's see. He says, I have a close-knit clan of people that I once led, but there's been infighting of late, and I was betrayed and turned over to Strahd, and he locked me up in here.
Why did he lock you up?
It was the price, because those who opposed me wished Strahd's favor, and what they asked of him in exchange for doing his bidding was to have me put out of the picture.
Wait a minute. Is this someone from the? This is out of character. Is this someone from the Stony camp where the elves were?
You don't recognize the voice.
Okay.
Who are your people?
We have our own place to the west of Lake Baratok. We keep to ourselves. We don't stay in one of the larger cities.
Oh,
Werewolves.
werewolves.
Do you say that?
I mutter it to Esmeralda, and Honor can probably hear it. My recommendation is not to let him out.
Please, if I could help you, I
If we are successful, we will come for you.
no, don't leave me here.
How do we know you're not an agent of Strahd?
Why would I be locked in the dungeon if I was an agent of Strahd?
A trap.
To decoy us.
Yes.
Or you displeased him.
Let us keep moving.
Well, how could I prove it? I know that I'm not. What can I do? I'll do whatever. I will help you fight. Just get me out of here.
What does Zia know about the werewolves of Barovia?
By and large, they do keep to themselves, but when you encounter them out in the wild, generally speaking, there are times when you encounter people you suspect might be werewolves, and if you don't find out for sure, it's because they thought you were too much of a threat. However, lone travelers do tend to disappear in that vicinity.
Tell me of a girl named Jessica.
Jessica. She was brought to our camp by the faction that opposed me.
You see surprise cross Rockjaw's face because he didn't expect an answer.
Yeah, Shadow's pretty surprised as well.
What happened to her?
The schism in our clan. There are those of us who felt that our existence, our current way of living was perfectly fine, but others felt that we should be expanding our numbers. And in doing so, they chose to kidnap others, children, many of them. I opposed this, and that's what ultimately got me landed in here.
And what of Jessica?
She was held prisoner last I was there. Among
She
many
was-
others.
She was not.
Does she mean something to you? I could lead you back to her.
He looks around at the rest of them, and you can see that there's a conflict in his face for the first time. He's not well, he's emotional, but
You will. She is unharmed, or was unharmed, as you recall.
Last I knew, but that was over a week ago. I have been in here since he's tired of torturing me and locked me in this cell. Only a day passed, but I've been here in the dungeons since he had me fighting zombies, torturing me. But I heal quick. I'm an able fighter if you release me.
He could be controlled.
Rockjaw, whatever you decide, I'm going to side with you on this, since this has to do with Jessica.
I don't want to leave him here. I think he can be helpful.
You think we can trust him?
Not necessarily. But he wouldn't be the first werewolf I've killed.
Do you say that like loud enough that he might hear you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And there's a kind of a long hesitation, and then just I hope that the werewolves you've killed were some of the ones that opposed me, and that you've done me a favor.
They were under the service of Strahd.
Then indeed, you have done me a service by eliminating some of those who betrayed me.
Okay. If we're going to open the door, let's open the door. And keep on moving. Because I doubt we can linger in this hallway for very much longer without being discovered.
Does the dog guy's iron key from upstairs work?
Did you have that key? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, we took it from the dog guy.
Right.
I have it on my inventory list.
Okay. I'm just trying to remember how that played out.
I don't remember how we got it, but it's on my inventory list. It says dog guy's iron key.
Wait. Was that the guy here, or was that one of the mongrel folk from the Abbey?
Oh.
Because you did meet a mongrel folk here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm trying. I don't remember, because you guys kind of talked to him, but I don't remember you getting a key from him.
I don't remember how we got it either.
Let's see. I'm just looking at the description of the encounter you might have had with him.
As I recall, we were fairly forceful with him.
He does have a key, so that is there is a key associated with him. So I'll take for given that you did, even though I can't remember. You guys can't apparently remember either how that happened. But yes, so you do have his key. But that said, I mean, you asked me if it works. I mean, works on what? You haven't done anything yet.
Try this key. I hand the key to Shadow.
All right. I try it.
Okay.
In the door.
So you actually reach down to the door here, and you find that this door itself is not locked. It is, however, mostly underwater, and so it requires some strength to pull it open. But there's not a lock on this door.
Okay, I call in Rockjaw. Rockjaw!
Let me guess, there's a door.
Yes.
I need your muscles.
I'm gonna wrench on the door.
All right. Go ahead and make a strength check.
I give the key back to Zia.
Yep. It's kind of stiff because it's sort of swamped and swollen. But as you open it, it reveals a mold-colored ceiling hangs 3 feet above the still black water that fills this dungeon corridor. The water is 5 feet deep. 10-foot square cells, their entrances blocked by iron bars, line both sides of the hall. And then you see a figure grasping the bars at the one on the far left, like all the way at the end. And he just says, "Yes, please, let me out."
I can hold the door, but someone can go to the cell.
I'll go. Am I going to need the key, do you think, to open the cell?
You might. Here.
Okay, why don't you give it to me?
Here you go.
Okay.
All right.
But be careful.
Yeah. So as you guys, as you're going in, first of all, are you looking anywhere other than just heading straight for this guy?
Well, I'm looking side to side as I walk down the hallway.
Okay. So,
And
bear in
I
mind,
see,
you got 5 feet
deep.
of dark, murky water, so you're kind of half wading, half swimming through it, I would guess.
Okay.
And you can't really see much beneath the surface. The one thing you do, let's see. Nope, that's yeah. Let's see. Basically, there's nothing else you're gonna see. Oh, okay. Okay. You do pass in a couple of these cells. So in this one, you see pounded into the roof of this cell is a rusted iron pulley, strung through which is a rope that is tied to one of the crossbeams of the barred door. Dangling upside down from the pulley is a man, flabby and stout of build, in tight-fitting leather armor. His boots are bound with rope just below the pulley, his fleshy hands are tied behind his back, and his head is underwater. He is not moving. In the cell just below that, you see shackled to the back wall of this cell is an emaciated figure in a blue robe, its spindly arms spread wide and head tilted forward. Long gray hair hangs down in front of the dead man's face. Then, as you get to the one at the end, a strong young man clutches the bars of his cell while struggling to keep his teeth from chattering. His clothes are shredded and he is soaked from head to toe. And let me give you the handout of what this guy looks like. Emil Toranescu.
Oh.
Yeah. So he is, he's saying, yes, please, let me out. I'll help you here, and then I'll lead you to Jessica, whatever any of you want. Just, I will owe you my life.
Betrayal brings death. Know that.
I would expect nothing less. As one who knows the sting of betrayal.
I'm just researching something real quick.
Okay.
All right. Before I open the cell, I'm going to cast protection from evil on myself.
Okay. All right. So you look at the bars, and he kind of he points and says, "The lock is under the surface."
Okay. So I reach under the surface of the water and
you do have to dunk your head to reach it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but if you're doing that, you feel around and you feel a sturdy, metal lock, and you are able to unlock it with the key.
Okay. Then I once I've unlocked it, I pull the door forward.
Yeah, and so you pull it open, and he emerges, like, not in a rush, but just like he's watching you. He's got his hands up, like he's trying to give you the impression, like, I'm not trying anything funny, but thank you for freeing me. Are we to escape the castle now, or are you on some deeper mission here?
We have business to attend to here before we leave.
We should, when he comes back to the rest of the group, I'll say, we should be honest with you. We are going to kill Strahd Draitaig. You may come with us, or you can leave. The way is open.
He will not leave us.
Yeah, he's got to help Rockjaw after we finish.
All right, then you're with us.
He looked really excited there for a second when you said the way is open, and then then the correction there. He's like,
the price of your freedom is to help us.
Your life is in our hands, and you will be better for it.
Either we will kill Strahd, or you will die. Either way, you're better off.
Very well. So who wants to control Emil?
I'll do it.
Yeah, you're the only one who's not got two people now at this point.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I don't, but I only have one screen.
Yeah.
So do
I
I.
wish I could take a screenshot of all the windows I got open.
So I'm going to give him to you. He, you have deduced already that he's a werewolf, so no spoilers there. But what I would ask, just from the, there's some deeper backstory. Actually, never mind. This is, yeah, okay.
Pay no attention to the backstory behind the curtain.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, so just don't, ignore the bio and info tab,
Okay.
and just look at the character sheet, and that way, because I don't want you to, I don't want you to know stuff before you know it.
Okay.
All right, so you should have Emil Toranescu in your named NPC's journal now, Tim.
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now.
All right.
Oh, here we go. Yes, there he is.
All right.
I'm just wondering if before we go,
All right, just go to
maybe
character
I
sheet.
should spend a spell of restoration on him, like I did with Rictavio.
I think.
Just
Well,
to
we
be sure.
will need 2 of those spells for
Irina Desmar.
really that's
Yeah,
mark.
that's
So
right.
Yeah.
best,
How many
best
of
I
us
think
have this spell?
you and Pavel, as I recall.
I believe that's.
I'm sorry. Which spell?
Greater
Lesser-
restoration.
Or greater, yeah.
Yes, I do have greater restoration. Yeah.
And how many slots?
2. Although I also have cure mass cure wounds, which would be
Yeah,
we're
probably will
trying
come in
to-
handy.
Trying
Sorry,
to cure him from being charmed or otherwise trapped.
Okay.
I'm trying to do, because I have 2 spots that I have of greater restoration that I can save for Ismark and Arena, and then if you wanted to do one on this guy just to make sure that he's not under Strahd's spell.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, I'll cast that right now.
Okay. You cast the spell. You feel the divine energy moving through you. He kind of shivers a little bit as the magical wave passes over him, but you don't discover any other effect, and he just says, "What was that?"
Precaution.
Vitamins.
Well, every little bit
Well-
helps, I suppose.
Can't get your son around here. No vitamin D.
If there was anything wrong with him, it should be fine now.
He looks like he is in. Like, if he were human, you would be really surprised to see him looking in such good health, given his story about being a prisoner and tortured and fighting zombies and so on. But that said, he is a werewolf, and you know that werewolves are, pretty tough and fast healers. So,
What of the other jails? Should we check?
How many people do you want to have to keep an eye on?
I think if there was anybody else, they'd be
Okay, let's-
screaming at us by now.
Let us continue.
he just says, it's like, well, I mean, to the extent that you asked for my opinion, I would say we should leave the castle. But otherwise, I will follow your orders. I do owe you my life.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
We're
We're going
killing
to continue to the west.
I kind of like the idea that this is a favor that I'm repaying you as opposed to something that I'm owing you, that we could keep it on friendly terms rather than treating it like I'm a prisoner. But
If you are friendly and help us, then you have nothing to fear.
We have had
lots
we have
of fear
had
in this castle, but
From us. From us. We'll be okay.
very well, then where are we headed? I know that if we
It's-
leave these cells and go to the left, it is an audience chamber where Strahd has had me fight zombies in there, watching from a balcony.
let us have a look.
Do you know the castle well?
No.
I wouldn't go into the arena. I would probably want to find where Strahd looks down from. I think if we go into the arena, that's just walking
Well-
into a trap.
Well,
What
From-
direction would you like to go?
yeah. What is beyond this last trap?
It is a big, open, dark room. Yeah, I'll reveal a bit more of the map.
And that door to the north?
More cells.
More cells.
More cells, okay. All right, let's go to the west then.
All right, so let me go ahead and reveal that room as you make your way further into there. Oops. Okay, trying to do
Yeah, that was
There
a
we go.
well-timed creaky door.
Nicely done.
Well, thanks. I had nothing to do with it, but it's fine. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes, I cleverly made that happen. Dark, low shapes thrust up out of the still brackish water that fills this 50-foot square room, the ceiling of which is festooned with hanging chains that look like thick black web strands. A balcony set into the north wall overlooks this room and has two large thrones atop it with a red velvet curtain behind them. Oh, I can go ahead and reveal the curtain too. There we go. Basically, that's what you can kind of see from, the doorway here.
Emil, are there any threats under the water in this room that we should know about?
There were the last time I came through.
What kind of threats?
Zombies.
All right, we shall keep our eyes open.
Okay.
Do we need to linger in this room? It is nothing more than a fighting pit.
I was thinking that we could climb up onto the dais and see what is back there. There has to be a way. I doubt that Strahd comes through these tunnels to get here.
How high up is the dais?
So it is 10 feet above the floor, and the water is 3 feet deep.
Oh, okay.
That will not be too difficult to get up.
So as you move into the room, though, zombies.
Of course.
So
I
why
will
don't, before you put the zombies out, how about if we get a marching order into where it belongs, rather than having people scattered from here, one place to the other?
I'm keeping Emil in front of me,
Okay.
or rather, I'm staying behind him, watching him like a hawk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's put these zombies on. Where?
This is a surprise.
So that means that Pavel and Emil and
Well, I can't say you weren't warned.
yeah.
Pretty
It's not a
much
surprise
said
at all, really.
this, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Hey, that room, that's where I fought zombies. What was in there before? Zombies.
There are strange
Guess what?
things bubbling
Zombies.
up in the brackish water below.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. But actually, before Pavel, you moved yourself on top of a zombie. I don't know why you did that, but all right.
Surprise.
But there's actually also a special handout just for this encounter.
Uh-oh.
Oh yay.
Let's have a look.
I think we are turning into those kids, though, that just run through and press all the buttons and click all the things.
Yeah.
I think we were always those kids who ran through and pressed all the buttons.
Hey, we left the door behind.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, there's a piece of art just for this encounter.
Oh, this is not going to be one of those things, is it?
So I've just showed it to you.
Are they
Nice.
coming out of the water?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they
awesome.
were under the water. Yeah.
Nice.
So the dark shapes in the water are racks, iron maidens, stocks, and other instruments of torture. The skeletons of their last victims lie within them, the jaws seemingly frozen open in silent screams, and then, rising slowly out of the water, zombies, their slime gray arms clawing upward through the water as they attack. So let me clear out the turn order tracker, and then
Get to
and then
phone call.
we'll roll initiative.
And remember to click your tokens first.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. All right. 8 for the Strahd zombies.
They still go before I do.
I wish they'd called them something other than Strahd zombies, because they're obviously wanting to distinguish them from the other monster stat block of zombie, because they're a little different. But they're not a zombie of Strahd. I mean, they're kind of like created by Strahd, I guess, but Strahd zombie.
by Strahd.
Yeah. All right. So it looks like we've got. We need Rictavio and email on there. Pavel.
I didn't open his character sheet again because after the last crash, because I was like, what's the point?
That's all right. You want? Well, So let me know if you want me to.
I'm assuming it's. Oh no, that's initiative. Never mind. I found it.
All right.
It's been a while since I did Casimir, so remembering where things are on an NPC is.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8. So we should still need Emil and Pavel. And Tim did. I think he did say BRB because he is on the phone apparently.
Yep.
So. Yeah, I will. You know what? I'll do it manually.
Way to take the initiative.
Yep. They can go last.
Yeah. All right.
I do not promise to stop.
No, I wouldn't expect you to.
Okay, let's see. Pavel is selected. Let's make him roll initiative. That's pretty good initiative, which is actually not optimal because because he's
On the phone.
and then email Emil. Okay. All right. Ooh. Okay, so Esmeralda is actually first.
Okay. Esmeralda will take a short step forward and attack the zombie with her magic rapier.
Alright. A 9 does a critical miss doesn't hit.
Another shot. 27.
27 hits.
And then her short sword.
Alright.
15.
Okay. That is also hit. So that's 17 total damage. She slashes out with a couple of strikes at this thing. She stumbles for a minute over something underneath the water, missing her first strike, but then her sure hands take out, cut up the other one a little bit. Let's see.
Looks like Tim's on his way back.
Okay.
About that.
All right, I rolled initiative for you, Tim. We're fighting zombies.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Not yet, because stuff happens with these things when you find them. Okay. Hang on, because this is.
Now, where are we all in the room?
Hang on. You
okay.
are where you are, so
Okay.
that's it. By being on the phone, you are where your tokens are.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry about that. That was one of my sons on the phone.
Well, that's okay. I mean, it happens, but I'm just saying there are also consequences.
There's always trade-offs.
Yeah. So with that first strike that she hits it with, she severs one of its arms, and then the second one she severs one of its legs, and it sort of topples over into the water, but still moving.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It looks like it's pretty slimy and rotten. Okay. That is her turn. Now, Pavel, you are up.
Okay. I am going to move forward a few squares.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
You worry about opportunity attacks there?
Well, it depends on where you're moving to.
Okay.
I'm thinking right there.
Okay, then you're
And
going to get one opportunity attack to
Okay,
hit there.
fair enough.
That's going to be a claw attack against you. It's a 20.
Ooh.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right, 4.
Yeah, 4 slashing damage as
Okay.
it claws out at you as you move past. But I think I know
Okay.
what you're going for. So.
Yeah.
All right, turn undead.
Okay, so that's going to be wisdom saving throw from each of these zombies.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to start with the one that just clawed you and go clockwise. That's the
Okay.
order these are happening in. Now, what are they trying to beat?
Hold on. I gotta look that up.
Well, the 0 doesn't do it. Ooh.
No. Yeah. They all rolled relative. I mean, they have a -2 already, so
Yeah. So the best one is a 15.
yeah.
It's probably your spell DC.
It is definitely your
Yeah.
spell DC. So
Yeah.
just-
Okay. Which is a 14, if I remember right.
Okay, so it
14.
looks like as Pavel strides
16.
into the room,
16.
confident and serene, even as one of the zombies lashes out at him with his claw, giving him a minor scrape along his cheek. He steps into the room, focuses on his holy symbol, and then a blast of radiant energy shoots out from him, and all 6 of these zombies are just instantly incinerated.
See, doesn't matter that I was on the phone.
And it's good that you rolled early initiative, too.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I pat Emil on the shoulder. He's on our side.
And yeah, Emil is kind of like, yeah, that's a lot easier than fighting him, it looks like.
Less
It
fun,
works for
though.
me.
Are you guys, I would imagine you're guiding Emil around the traps in the floor, too?
Yeah,
Okay.
because that would be really annoying. Just have to go pick him up every
Yeah.
few seconds.
All right.
All right, well, that was an easy way to resolve an encounter.
All right. Somebody boost me up onto the dais here.
Rockjaw.
Keep an eye on Emil.
I'm watching him.
And
Let's get him into the room, first of all.
I just whip Z on the time. No,
Yeah. So it's 7 feet up, but basically with someone as strong as Rockjaw to boost you, it's relatively easy for all of you to climb up to it, I would say.
I'm going to check to see if those thrones are attached or in other ways sturdily.
Yeah. So,
Fixed.
2 large wooden thrones rest on this balcony. Behind the thrones hangs a red velvet curtain 30 feet long. Ceiling here is 10 feet high. The thrones are sitting and relatively heavy for wooden chairs, but otherwise not affixed.
Okay, so they're not going to be a good place to tie off a rope.
No.
All right. Wait,
Right.
Rockjaw, you go ahead and boost everyone up, and then we'll pull you up after.
is this the way to the crypts?
Would you like to go some other direction? This is according to Van Richten, this is the right level, and
Well, he says, I've not been to the crypts. I only suspected that they would be below ground as we are now.
all right. If you need confirmation, I will get confirmation. I'm going to cast locate object on the sun sword.
Okay. You detect that it is at approximately the same elevation as you, and it is basically to the east of you.
To the east. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Uh,
Alley-oop.
Yep.
Yeah, I give the rest of them a lift up. Careful, mostly with Van Richten. And I just look at Emil. You
I
can
think
probably
Esmeralda
climb that.
basically helps Van Richten up from the top.
Yeah. Try out Strahd's chair.
I think Emil actually kind of gives you a little bit of a wide berth and clambers up on his own, Rockjaw.
Then just take a running start and leap up.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
See if you can beat a 30 this time.
14.
Oh no, it's only a 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a 3 plus 11. You still manage, but it's a little bit less It's a little bit less impressive than you were hoping. I think you jump out of the water, and the water kind of sucks you down a little bit more than you expected. So you end up getting your hands on the railing, but you have to kind of scrabble up with your feet instead of just like...
Judges give him a 6.7.
All right.
All right, so you've got a red velvet curtain.
Shall we look at what's behind the curtain?
Yep.
Yeah, might as well.
All right. Let us.
You peer behind the veil and discover more of the room. There is a door.
Yep.
All right. Through the door.
You open that door and discover it is a familiar room. It is the brazier
not
room.
this place again!
The statues with the golems are currently inactive.
You will want to move quickly.
They're in their dormant states again.
Yeah, let's not linger.
And so it was this...
Before we do anything, if we are not fast, they can do us tremendous damage.
So which door do we want to go through? We know the one on the far left goes upstairs.
Yes.
So the other one, and we run. Oh, there's two more.
Yeah, I was going to say, we have to...
Well, we want to go east, and so I think the easternmost of the two would be the most likely to go there.
Sound logic?
Okay, so the one on the far right?
Yes.
Yep.
Now, let's see.
Shall we
10,
dash?
20, 30. If
Can
Rockjaw
someone-
goes first and opens the door in the most the quickest
Should I
way
stop
possible.
for the door?
Don't stop for the door. we
Don't
may
bother
be
with
able
niceties.
we may be able to cross it at a run faster than the golems can react.
25 feet.
But I will want to see what happens.
What is
I will
the-
want
What is the door
Rockjaw to go
made of?
first.
Is it?
Let's see. So let me re-describe this room, even though you've been in here twice before. This room is 30 feet square, rising to a 20-foot tall flat ceiling. A stone brazier burns fiercely in the center of the room, but its tall white flame produces no heat. The rim of the brazier is carved with 7 cup-shaped indentations, spaced evenly around the circumference. You guys know that part.
Yep.
Overhead, a wood-framed hourglass. You know that part too. 2 9-foot-tall iron statues of knights on horseback, poised to charge with swords drawn, stand in deep alcoves. The doors...
I happen to have a couple of those.
The doors are wooden
Nice.
with a couple of iron bands on them. Like they're not just ordinary wooden doors, but they're also not fully metal or stone.
All right. Psyching myself up here for this.
Yeah.
And
'cause I-
we should not when the Rockjaw goes, we should not hesitate. We should all go together.
Is there any way to blast that door open? Is a
From the
spell
far
or
side.
something?
I could use telekinesis on it, but that's my most powerful spell.
How about thaumaturgy? Didn't Perry use thaumaturgy to close a door once? When we were running out of Valaki?
I do not have that one.
It doesn't
Me
work
either.
on locked doors, but
It'll work on a closed door.
Don't you wizards have fancy hands?
Hold on a moment. Is if Esmeralda, without entering the room, tries to use Mage Hand to open the unlocked door on the far side.
So as she concentrates, you all see a hand made of spectral energy appear, float across the room, and try the handle of the door on the right, and it opens.
All right.
All right.
Well done, Esmeralda.
so it's not barred then.
No, I mean, the door was not locked.
Okay. Then we're going to dash across the room
Yep.
All right.
with our marching order similar to what it's been before.
Yeah, and remember, don't get in melee range of the columns.
Yeah, we're gonna. Well, that's they've probably got reach, but we're
Basically,
hoping that
the brazier, the center 4 squares where the brazier is, I mean, that the brazier is there. You cannot go past through those squares. So basically, there's very little option to stay completely out of the melee range of the columns.
stay as far away from them as possible. Yeah, I mean it's going to be
Yeah, you just have to get past them as fast as you can.
yeah.
I will go last.
All
We're
right,
all running together.
we're all running together, but you can go last.
Okay.
You and Emil, I think. All right.
Ready?
So, ready? Go.
All right.
Go.
After this carefully orchestrated plan, you are all in a line and you race through the room. You don't hear any activity as you're running, but your breath is in your throat. You hurry across and you rush through that open doorway. And those of you who go through first immediately discover that there are stairs in it, a spiral staircase that starts going up.
Son of a bitch.
But the rest of you are all piling in behind, and so you're kind of forced to. So those of you who are going first, are they continuing up the stairs
Make
enough to
room.
make room? Yeah.
Just
Oh, yeah,
enough to make room so we can discuss.
All right.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Rockjaw goes last to literally plug the hole.
Oh, it means Emil's got to get over here too.
Emil is going before me.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. So you guys discover that this is a a tight spiral staircase that basically it turns in the circles pretty quickly, and those of you who go up and around the first curve or so see that it goes up as far as you can see. Meaning, like, there's no central area. You don't know how far it goes, but basically, like, you don't see a landing yet.
Can somebody make room for Rockjaw at the end there?
I think we need to go to the other door then.
Yeah, I don't think we have any choice.
Same deal. Mage hand to open it, and then just dash around the corner.
Can she cast Mage Hands if she can't see it, or does she have to get to the doorway?
You're gonna lean out the door.
Okay.
Hey, Honor, make an intelligence check. Or history if you have it. I don't think you do.
It's
I
not a
have-
door.
Yeah. I do have history. I don't have history as a.
Well, okay, but just intelligence then.
Okay.
You do recall that the middle door that you're now proposing is the one that Strahd sucker punched you through that doorway when
Yeah.
you guys were in here the first time.
Yeah.
What other options do we have?
Yeah.
We can explore up here.
Yeah. We can keep going
There's
straight.
another way down.
Well,
Guys,
all
go
right,
ahead,
let's-
go ahead
downstairs,
and
please.
keep moving through so that you're in the right places. We still got Rockjaw down there in the other room.
I think we want to know whether the crypt is accessible from this level. I think we should go to that other door in this room. The
You're all
golems did
crowded
not.
upstairs. It's fine.
The golems did not activate. Oh, I think we should not go further up these stairs. This is, in my opinion, further from our goal. Let's stay to the plan.
How about if we send a scout to see what's behind door number 2?
All right.
That way we don't.
Adam just kind of looks at Rockjaw and he goes, "All right,
Who can take a sucker punch best?
Rockjaw. Who can take a sucker punch best?"
Saturday morning cartoon.
So you're gonna have Esmeralda unlock the open the door first?
Well, so hang on. So you're all still bundled in the stairs, right? The plan is that Rockjaw is going to duck out and try to peek around and look in the other doors. That's the idea.
Yeah.
He's actually going to go.
I'm going to go
through
right
it.
through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you open the door that you just lead to, you discover that one of these iron golems has just taken one step out, and it's going to do a poison breath attack in a 15-foot cone, basically right at that doorway. So it's
So
going
is
to
that a
get,
surprise attack?
yeah, more or less. I mean, I'm not going to call it a surprise round exactly, because you guys were probably aware that that was a possible thing that might happen, that they might attack you. But what I'm going to say is that let's see. Rockjaw, Esmeralda, Zia, and Emil need to make a Constitution saving throw. I'm not doing full initiative here because I don't think you guys are planning to have a full encounter with the Iron Golems, is my guess.
Well, the reason I ask is what is it called here?
You have your danger sense. Is that what you're looking for?
This danger sense or something
That's
else?
for dexterity saving throws only.
No, there's another one. Where as long as I cannot be surprised, as long as the first thing I do in the action. I can't find it. Never mind.
I mean, so we'll say you're not surprised. However,
But
you are
it
now
allows
surrounded
me-
by poison breath.
Well, the reason I ask is it allows me to immediately go into rage,
Oh, okay.
which would make a difference.
Well,
Feral
I mean-
instinct. If you're surprised at being in combat and aren't incapacitated, you can act normally in your first turn, but only if you enter rage before doing anything else on that turn. I don't know if that reaction matters here.
I'll say as a reaction. Okay, yeah, I'll allow that. If that's how it works, that you can
Like it's
basically enter
really
rage
kind of-
as a reaction if you're not surprised. Is that what it?
Basically, the idea would be you roll your initiative, and normally you wouldn't go in that first round, but in this one
Yeah.
it would allow me to go in the first round. I'm asking
This
whether
is
you.
like a surprise round, so I'll allow it.
Okay, so I'll spend one of my rages
Okay.
because this could hurt a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so
Constitution save.
yeah. So that's a failure from Zia. It's a failure from Esmeralda, a failure from Emil, and a success for Rockjaw. You're looking for 19. So
Damn. All right.
Yeah. And that's gonna hurt.
yeah. That's 45 poison damage to those of you who failed,
Oh.
as this blast of toxic gas that burns your lungs and makes your eyes sting, and you just find yourself choking, unable to breathe. So you take this 45 points of poison damage, but it's probably quartered for Rockjaw, right? Because you succeeded for one,
Right.
and then you would be if you entered your rage as this reaction thing. Is that
Yeah.
how that worked?
That's the idea. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. If you entered your rage, then as a reaction, then it would be further halved. So it would be
11.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yes, so you see at least that one had stepped right out and it did the poison spray, and those of you who are close enough can just see through the cloud of this smoke that the other one is like alert. It hasn't moved yet, but it's alert. So, what's the plan?
Okay. I'm gonna try to hold it off while they run through. That's my
Okay.
attempt. So.
Well,
over
what's
here.
through the door? Because
Well,
if
I'm going to say that happened as soon as you opened it up and came out. So what's
Okay, the door
what's
isn't
Rock-
open yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we need to roll initiative?
Well, you tell me. Are we going to have a whole encounter here, or are you guys rushing through on your first opportunity?
I think we need to rush through.
Yeah, we need to rush through. There's no question in my mind.
All I'm doing is trying to distract it from attacking any of them.
Because I assumed you guys were going to just try to rush around the corner,
Yeah.
I wasn't going to go into
Yeah.
a full initiative.
We're rushing. We're rushing through.
Yeah.
All right.
okay.
Because Rockjaw, you do have an action for this turn. Did you want to attack it or something, Rockjaw? Or
No, I want to pick it up and turn it around. Shove it in the
All
wall,
right.
basically.
let's treat that like a shove attack.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically, it's contested athletics.
Okay. I do have advantage because it's strength based.
Yeah.
Up.
So
Wow.
unfortunately, yeah. So
Nope.
you grab this iron horse because the statue, unlike the the token, is like a knight on a horse, is what the statue looks like. So you grab it and you're heaving, but it turns out that this 14-foot tall iron statue is really heavy.
I have 2 attacks. Can I do it normally?
Well, so yeah, but extra attack is if you take the attack action.
Oh, yeah. You took the shove action instead of the attack action.
Well, I guess the shove. You know what? Yes, you get another attack.
Okay. I'm going to do an unarmed strike.
Okay.
Because that gives me, as a bonus action, a chance to grapple.
Okay.
Grappling and iron golem.
All right. Unfortunately, you go for your unarmed strike. Clang! You punched an iron statue, and it went about as well as you might have expected.
Can I still use my bonus action to attempt to grapple? Or do I have to hit?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead. Well, it's another contested athletics check.
24.
Well, so no, 20 is what the
24 is-
golem rolled, and so
Yeah.
Rockjaw
Oh,
gets
okay.
19.
I'm
So-
keeping it occupied. I'm keeping it busy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You
Did he
have
take
all
any
of its
damage from
attention.
punching an iron
The rest of us are running
Okay.
past.
Yeah. So the rest of you are, while this happens, you are taking advantage of Rockjaw distracting it, and you are rushing around. You discover that although immediately through the doorway is more stairs that go up, they only go up about 10 feet before there's a landing, and it turns to the right. Corridor turns to the right.
Okay.
We're not dragging on the door. Just go.
This is more hopeful.
All right. The iron golem is gonna make 2 sword attacks against you, Rockjaw.
Yep.
Wow,
Gotta make
critical
that
miss for the
Rockjaw.
second one. Look at you. Given these plus 13 reach 10 feet attacks.
My AC is 15, so its
Yeah.
critical miss is the only way it could have missed.
Yeah. So that's going to be 15 slashing damage for that first one, and then if any of you had actually been watching, you would have seen essentially the equivalent of that Matrix bullet time thing where this sword is slashing through and it's just like misses by like half an inch. Okay, so that's what it did, and you can see that the other one is starting to come out of its little alcove here.
Rocha, run!
Yeah.
He's standing in the door.
Yeah, well, we'll assume yeah, okay, yeah.
I disengage and get the hell out of there.
All right, that seems like a good plan.
I held it off.
Thank you, Alexa. That did not go as well as I expected.
I think as you guys are sort of starting to talk on the stairs, you hear that one of them is stomping up to the doorway as though it might be about to breathe its poison breath through the doorway. So
Keep moving! Keep moving!
yeah, if you guys hurry around the corner, I'll say you can do that before it can use its attack on you. All right. So, whoops. As you clamber up through that pathway, let me read you what you see. This door creaks open to reveal a stone staircase between rough masonry walls. There is little dust on the steps, but light fog tumbles down the steps from above. And and you reach the top of the stairs, and it turns right into a tunnel. This tunnel is cut into the pillar stone of Ravenloft itself. Its surface is slick, and its ceiling barely 6 feet high. A lingering fog limits visibility to a few feet.
This looks like the right way.
Should proceed carefully.
Right now, it's the only way.
Right.
Okay.
I need some healing.
Yes. Let me.
Those iron golems are nasty, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
50 or 60 points last time I hit one of them. Got hit by one of them.
All right.
All right. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Lee.
Oh no, I was gonna offer cure wounds, but if you're better, you're.
I've got. I mean, several people took a lot of poison damage there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast mass healing word.
Okay.
Does anyone have like
It's gonna ask
it's
me.
just they just took hit damage, right?
Hit
Yeah,
points,
yeah,
There's no
they're not
lingering effect.
poisoned. They just
Okay, good.
took poison damage.
Yeah.
As soon-
That's it.
well, I mean, the benefit of that spell is that it's multiple targets from 60 feet away.
Yeah.
How many targets?
I think it's 6. But I don't think you
Certainly
can't
nobody is
you
hurt.
can't like double it up though.
Yeah.
Esmeralda is going to take her last potion of greater healing.
Okay.
Somebody
Um,
else should be part of the 6 rather than me because I have.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think there was only 3 other people that, yeah, Esmeralda, Zia, Rockjaw, and Emil took damage.
I think that
44 plus 4.
Zia needs specific healing.
Pavel was down. I guess maybe you didn't heal all the way back up after from the church.
Right.
So I guess, well, up to you guys. You guys figure out what healing you want to do. So Prince Justin in the chat is asking grappling and iron golem. And I think, only the fact that you have essentially permanent fire giant strength makes that
Oh, hell yeah.
meaningful.
Oh hell yeah! No, that's not something I do on a regular
if
basis.
the dice could have gone your way for that. It was not an impossibility.
So
And I wasn't being reckless, so.
this is for Zia.
Yeah, I was down. The reason I mentioned is I was down to 11.
Oh, that's helpful. That was only. Well, there you go. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll pitch in too.
I'm
Thank you.
All right.
Zia still needs more,
I'm
as does Pavel.
yeah,
Yeah, Pavel's at 47.
yeah. I'm at 30 now, so I'm not like
Emil
one
is
hit
at
away from dying.
Emil is at 32. He's down 40 points.
Yeah,
Yeah. So the Rockjaw has fire giant strength because the whole narrative of our campaign here now. At the Amber Temple, he accepted the dark gift, which gave him that strength, but turned him evil. But then he was purified by the spirit of the Silver Dragon, and so now he gets to keep the strength, but not be evil.
Yep.
But I can never leave.
So
We're no longer in danger of imminent death. Let us continue.
Okay, the 4 points and 10 points of cure wounds. Who were those cast on?
Those were on Zia.
Okay.
He's your wizard. He's your glass cannon. He's the one who goes down really, really easy.
Fill him up.
this is why he should get filled up.
Yes. Okay.
I'm still like half damaged, but okay. I mean, I'm not feeling like a stiff wind will blow me over.
Yeah. Okay, so marching order.
Yeah.
Because, as I described, you can't see very far into this tunnel because it is dark and lingering fog. So even with light, it's still.
So we're gonna move on while Zia has like a fourth of his hit points.
I'm at half at this point now.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we have
Anyway,
anything else we can do?
I've got dark vision, and I know we've got a light, but can I see further than
No, because it's the fog that obscures it.
fog?
Uh,
Yeah, I have dark vision as well.
yeah, I do too.
You know what? I'll cast cure wounds on Zia.
Thank you.
So,
That
I
helps.
feel much better.
yeah. So as you are moving through the hallway, right now we see Pavel and Rockjaw on the same sort of front level, but who's actually first?
Rockjaw.
All right.
Pavel right behind him.
And I'll be right behind Pavel.
Where did he move?
Yeah, we got Emil is standing right behind me. You.
I think he's just under someone else.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want that sneaky bastard to get away.
Yeah. No, Anubis has him.
Okay.
We should not have Vedrickson at the rear of the group.
All right. So I think what all of you see is that as you're making your way through this hallway, Rockjaw, once you get to this point right there, I'm going to go ahead and just move you onto the square that it applies. A trapdoor opens and he suddenly disappears from view.
Really? There's no reaction, no saving throw?
Not in this one.
Weird.
Yeah.
Because I do have danger sense.
Okay, well, so here's what's going to happen. What the trapdoor leads to is a slide, essentially. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the traps do say, if you make this kind of, save or whatever, but this one doesn't have
right.
anything.
Weird.
So, what you find yourself on is, let's see, hang on, it's just a marble chute. Oh, I see. It's just the marble slide. You fall into a chute of polished black marble and slide into the darkness. What I will let you do, I guess, is make a dexterity saving throw to try to stop yourself during the slide.
Okay. Let's see. Nope.
Nope. So I'm going to say you end up sliding all the way down. And then you sploosh into the water and realize that you are in a flooded cell, much like the one that you rescued Emil from.
So now I get to see what's on the other side of that door.
Yeah.
How far down is it?
It is. It's not that far because you only just came up the steps, so it's maybe like 20 feet.
Mm.
Okay,
But
so-
as you guys, Pavel, because you're kind of like next in line.
Uh-huh.
You see, as soon as Rockjaw drops out of sight, you see that the trapdoor that opened up beneath him is attempting to close again, and I'll let you make a dexterity check if you want to try to stop it from closing.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm going to try to throw the iron key, the dogman's iron key down the chute.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I think that if he had succeeded in keeping it open, I would have allowed that key to get thrown through. So unfortunately, Pavel scrabbles to try to get it open, but it's too late, and then the key goes clink, 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 clink onto the trapdoor.
Okay, so
So
this hallway is full of traps.
Pick the
there's
key
at
up
least
again.
one.
At least that one.
So let me. I'll draw on here where the this is where the that trapdoor was.
Oh, it's big.
It is the hallway.
Yeah. So where you are, Rockjaw, let me just deal with that real quick, and then we'll jump back to everybody else, because we're going to have a brief split party here. End of the ride.
Rockjaw falls, everyone dies.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's just an empty cell. So you're in 5 feet of water. This dark, murky water has the same sort of prison cell that you saw before. There's otherwise nothing interesting here. But the chute that you just emerged from closes back up again. And you actually don't even see, like, a seam or anything where it was.
With a yell of anger.
Yeah. I think it's loud enough that the others, if Shadow, you have a high enough perception that you hear in a very muffled way that Rockjaw is cursing.
Well, he's cursing. I suggest we go and get him.
You guys also don't know where he went. You know in a meta level because I told Mark, but you know is that he went through, he dropped out of sight.
I know that on the meta level, but Zia has a pretty keen eye for terrain, and he knows that we are, above and to the north.
Make a perception check. Or intelligence. You want intelligence?
I was thinking investigation, but that's intelligence.
Yeah, investigation. Yeah, okay. 11. I'll say that it is reasonable to suspect that near the dungeons, a trap like this might lead to a dungeon.
If we can hear him and we heard a splash, that would
Yeah.
I didn't hear a splash. I just heard him.
I will say that you can't be sure that it's one of the ones that you were at before, but it seems reasonable to suggest that it went to a place like that.
Yes.
So the cell is locked, Rockjaw, so you're not able to move out of it yet. But what are the rest of you doing in the immediate follow-up here?
My recommendation is that again, one of us goes through the trap with a rope tied to them and tied to someone else, and then when they get Rockjaw, we can pull them right back up.
That sounds like a good idea if we can
Yeah.
get that trap to stay open. So I think we need to have people ready to try jam it.
Hey, Emil, come here. You're gonna be
Cannon fodder.
well. You and I think Pavel should be on trapdoor duty.
Okay.
And I'll tie the rope around myself and tie it to Honor. I think she's sturdy enough. Yes, no? Should I
Tie it
tie
to
myself
Anubis.
to somebody else?
No, that's,
So just so I'm clear, the idea is you're going to have someone put enough weight on it that it opens again, but then you are going to prevent them from falling down into it and just try to hold the door open. Is that the idea?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Zia gives his staff to Pavel to prop up across the doors so that there's something to hold them against each other with.
Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
So you're just, are you going to try to? It's like a hinged door, like
Is it one door or
flips
two?
down. It's one big panel that flips down to one side
Okay. And where is the hinge?
on the left.
Yeah. So use the staff on the right when it flops down. Put it against that panel, and then the top end of the staff against the wall.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to require a dexterity check, perhaps sleight of hand, to try to wedge it in the appropriate way.
Yeah. Let's see if this dex check goes better than last time.
Well,
Well, if it's gonna be
two
Dex,
people
then-
are working
then-
on it. Can we get 2 people working on it? Maybe
Yeah.
we can get an advantage roll.
Oh yeah. So we have Emil and
Yeah.
Yep.
Pavel.
Yeah. So if Emil is helping, then Pavel can make the check so you're using your enough weight braced by everybody else to hold the door open against its counterweight,
Right.
and then
Okay.
prop the staff in a way that it will hold it open. So go ahead and make sleight of hand if you have it. Otherwise, just dexterity.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, dex is not my low stat, but it's the next to lowest stat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That maybe
Well,
Honor
it's
ought
also
to make-
like it wasn't obvious to me why Pavel was the one to do that, but okay.
I thought
Yeah.
we would need strength. That's all.
Yeah. What's your strength stat? Pavel?
14.
14. Yeah, definitely tie yourself to Pavel, and I'll see if I can
We'll do
get the thing jammed in there.
Okay.
I also have pittance in my in my thing, so
Yep.
maybe we can jam the hinges instead if this doesn't work.
Right. If you have a hammer and spikes, then I will be ready to try to jam something in the hinge.
All right.
I do have hammer and pittance, so I'll hand those
Okay.
over to you.
Okay. When the trap goes off, I will try to hammer something into place to jam it up. These are rogues trying to do rogue jobs because we never got a rogue in this party.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and make a. If you have sleight of hand, then use that. Otherwise, dexterity, honor, and it's an advantage because you're being assisted by multiple people at this point.
Okay. Cross your fingers.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Shukunk, ka-chunk. It's so it is now held in place at it is 3/4 open where the staff has wedged it, and it is just based on a counterweight, so it's it is held open by the staff, and so what you guys see down there is slick polished marble in a chute that descends into darkness.
So, I'm not going to get the response till the player comes back, but I just want to call down to Rockjaw.
Stay there. We're coming down for you.
Well, actually, where are you? How far are you from the opening?
I'm in one of those blasted cells. I don't know why I said blasted.
Can
I
he
don't
see
think
us, or is there a
blasted.
secondary door?
No, there is a
That's why I
there's
said
a
that.
secondary door at the bottom.
Okay. They're going to lower me down to try to get you. Where's the opening?
Where's the
Then
opening?
I assume that he would tell me there's a door.
All right.
Because
So,
I'm not taking the
Mark,
DM.
they've got the top trapdoor propped open.
Yeah, I had
calling-
Twitch open. I heard your
Okay.
impression. It was great.
All right.
That's the last thing I heard. So
Blasted didn't feel like the right word though. What word? would
for the end of this place, this dung befested hole.
Befested is a great word.
I think it's a new word.
All right, so
Bangs the gavel.
yeah, so Rockjaw, there it was another door that basically sealed up that you passed through on the bottom, but you hear them muffled calling down to you.
I'm in the cells. There's another door. I can't open it.
Okay, what was that?
Can you reach it?
I'll try.
Basically, you know where it was, but you can't even find a seam in the wall.
There's no seam, no edge to grab.
All right. They're going to lower me down, and hopefully my weight will open it up. And
I'll be
I'm
ready.
giving them directions as they lower me so that I don't just drop right through.
Right.
But when I get there, I can tell them, like when I feel the door, I can say, I feel the door.
All right. Yeah, so they're lowering you slowly with the ropes. I think everybody helping. We don't need to make a check of that. Shadow's not that heavy. And we lower her gradually until your feet kind of bump up against something, and there's a little bit of resistance.
Just a few more inches.
All right. And so as you are to the point where you can sort of put some weight onto that, you do find that it does lift up in a way, and Rockjaw, you see where it opens again. It seems like there's some sort of an enchantment on it to make it invisible from your side, but once it's open, you see it.
Try to leap up and grab the edge of it.
Yep, yeah, you can do that. So it's very slick, so with the rope lowered and everyone helping, I would say you can climb the rope with an athletics check. I would normally make that trivial for you, except that it's so slippery, the
Yeah.
marble.
But I didn't do well in at least one of them.
I think that's still good enough. With with you guys, all of you holding up a rope and everybody helping, I think that you guys are going to be able to pull the two of you back up.
Ow, that's my nose, Rockjaw. Ow. The hair tickles.
Did you know that this fur gets a great slide? It would have been fun if it didn't end in a pool of misery.
Yeah, what was in that water? Oof. Or is that how you always smell?
I've been working on that.
Working on making yourself smell, or?
No. When the power overtook me, it made me this different. I had hoped that Argenvost's presence would clean it, but it has not.
It's pretty. It's just smelly.
On
It's
a
full
meta
of-
level, Emil just thought of a joke that he is definitely not going to say out loud.
It's funny that we still all laughed as if we knew what the joke was. We're weird people.
All right.
I would suggest that whoever goes first has a rope. Ladder? Yes, that too.
Yeah, we happen to have one in our backpacks.
Yeah.
This
After
rope-
experimenting with it a little bit, you discover this trapdoor seems to respond after just about 100 feet. 100 pounds of pressure will make it open. But you guys had it propped open. I don't know if you have it still open.
Well, we still need to cross it, so we're going to leave it propped open.
Okay.
And we're going to... Well, actually, the prop will probably fall out if we put too much pressure.
Well, it's
on it,
also
so-
you're propped open with your staff.
Yeah.
Well, no, when was the last time I used my staff?
Well,
Isn't
I
it
don't know.
focus?
I'm just saying.
I'm fine with leaving it.
Isn't it your focus?
No,
Oh, okay.
I have a separate.
He's a wizard. He's got a wizard book.
Well,
They
this.
still use
Well,
staves.
wait. As a matter of fact, you're right. It is my staff. All right, so we need to take it.
That'd be a fun
handing it
thing to
around.
discover later.
Give
Yeah.
Honor her pitons back.
Yeah. Actually, let's try see if we can spike the thing open so that we can just climb down one side and climb up the other
Yeah.
with those.
What do you mean climb down?
Yeah, let's
Climbing
do
down
it.
with
Just a slick
the
shoot underneath.
cell. It's a slippery shoot.
No, but okay. All right.
I think
How
that-
about okay? I got a better idea. We'll drive some pythons on the left-hand side, attach a rope to it, and we'll cross along that side where the level of the chute is at the same level as the floor, roughly, holding on to that rope so that we can cross over it without sliding down the chute.
All right. So I'll say it takes you guys kind of maybe 10 minutes or so to sort of work out the logistics of all of that, but it's, with a little bit of time taken for it, you are able to all cross the gap safely.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then recover whichever bits you feel like you want to keep.
All right.
Yep. Somehow,
and we'll mark this area as well.
and somehow made myself much bigger.
Oh. Yeah,
Can you
sometimes
fix
you
that?
can. Yeah, I can do it. You can
Thanks.
actually just the way that you did it was by accidentally clicking one of the corners and dragging it.
Uh huh.
So you could fix it the same way if you wanted, but I just did it for you.
Okay, and Anubis needs to be fixed too. Because for some
I'm
reason,
Dream
fine
for
with
a
a dire wolf. Yeah, no, go ahead.
that's my level 11 upgrade. Okay, and Rictavio.
I'm moving him. There's
Ah,
no room. I don't want him in the front, but there's no real room.
All right, hang on.
There you go.
And so you guys are moving through this this tunnel, and as you get to the far side of the tunnel, there is another door, a stone door on this side.
Let's listen at it.
Listen to the stone door. Yes.
Yep, sure.
Lots of sound will come through.
Who's doing
You'll
that?
never know.
I will.
There could be echoes.
Quiet.
All right. So Shadow will make a perception check by listening at the door.
Yes. Let me just get my thing open. Do I hear anything?
It's as quiet as the grave.
Or
Dun
crypts.
dun dun.
All right, so barge through.
All right.
is it locked?
It is not.
Everybody be ready here. Just in case.
All right.
Slowly open the door.
Okay. Buried deep beneath the keep of Ravenloft lie ancient catacombs with arched ceilings supported by wide hollow columns that double as crypts.
We've been trying to get here for what, 6, 7
Yeah.
sessions?
Cobwebs hang limp in the musty air. A thick fog clings to the floor, which is covered in putrid waste. The black ceiling is moving.
Oh, nice.
Oh no.
Moving how? Up, down, sideways?
Undulating.
All of those things.
Oh,
It's Jello pudding, is what it is.
Well, that was my question. Does it look pudding-like?
Well, it's so like I said, it is a high ceiling in here. Let's see, 20-foot high ceiling. So does one of you want to try to get a better look at the moving ceiling?
Able to see?
Seems like a magic thing.
If we are moving into it, when it's my turn to go through the door, I'll shoot a firebolt up at it.
Are you
What?
going to shoot a firebolt up at it?
Yeah, you do that. I'll stay in the hallway.
it
right.
eventually comes
I
down.
did not see much.
I mean, you
much,
guys have light cantrips active. You could do that instead of a firebolt if you want. I'm just saying.
If
I
it
think the
is,
light cantrip is a better choice.
Yeah.
Go ahead, attack the darkness.
Yep.
Once you get the light a little bit closer, you discover that what it is in fact thousands and thousands of bats.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
That
Okay.
explains the putrid waste on the floor, too.
Ah, yes.
Ah,
Does that make the floor especially slippery?
No. It's just
If
gross.
only they were.
It's just about guano.
If only they were not lost to Strahd, they would be good to learn from.
All right.
So, as you guys peek in here, you realize this is a very large area, and it's so in terms of revealing, like,
Here's the best.
yeah. So I'm gonna as you move through, I will imagine that you are moving carefully,
Yes.
but I will reveal just like little bits of what you can see at a time here. And then, so each of these columns basically has a door on it and a little like plaque on them. Each one.
I'm going to cast locate object again.
Okay. You find that. Let me make sure I know which one. I believe.
You just put a mark on the map, I guess. Because
Well,
at this point, you should be able to.
I just know I need to make sure I can tell you accurately which room it is.
Right.
What you actually discover is that it is. I'm going to take the little ruler arrow. You see it when I do that, right? You guys?
Yeah.
So Zia, I'm going to do it on you. It is in that direction.
Aha. Okay. All right then. Then it's past that stairs over there on the left.
All right.
So note,
Okay.
you also there is the little column with the door on there. I mean, are you looking at anything else, or you guys are kind of hurrying through?
As we go past, I do want to read the plaques
Okay.
if I can.
Yeah.
Okay. So this first one, it's right there. The first one has a little plaque that says Artista de Slop, Court Ceiling Painter. And there's a little stone door.
I do not believe we need to disturb any of these resting places.
Agreed.
All right, the next one.
Emil says some of them might have treasure.
If so, then we can look after we have killed Strahd.
I think Esmeralda would say, weren't you also looking for the holy relic in a crypt?
Oh yeah.
Yes, that is true. I had forgotten. Was so.
Did it belong to a painter?
I probably not.
What does the one that I'm standing near? What does that say?
The next one there says, Lady Isolde Junk, Isolde the Incredible, purveyor of antiques and imports.
Probably
That would
not.
be good.
Does
That sounds like that would be worth investigating.
Okay.
You gonna open it?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Is it locked or anything, or?
No.
Wow, that was weird timing. Did everybody just hear the door open and the music?
yeah.
You open that one, and inside, a skeleton draped in rags lies atop a marble slab in the center of the crypt. Piled all around it, covering the floor, are heaps of old baskets, braziers, bundled tapestries, candlesticks, chairs, chests, cooking utensils, cressets, I'm not sure what that is, curtain rods, decanters, dishes, jugs, lamps, scroll cases, tankards, and tinderboxes. None of the junk looks valuable. An old chandelier hangs from the domed ceiling. And there is lots of stuff in it. Nothing stands out as especially valuable looking, but there's so much of it you would have to do some searching to try to see.
She was a hoarder. All right. Moving on.
While you guys continue investigating, I'm going to cast detect magic as a ritual. So it's going to take a few minutes to get rolling.
Okay.
There is another.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say there's another door right there by where Rockjaw just went.
Yeah, let me just keep revealing little bits of this as you...
There are a lot of them all over the place.
Yeah, it's a pretty big space. It is very dark in here. So there's kind of two near where you are, Rockjaw. So I'll say the one on to the west of you.
Okay.
The stone door of this crypt lies on the floor, its inscription obscured by fog, and the crypt gapes open. A skull, some bones, and a few bits of rusted armor lie atop a marble slab, with a leering stone gargoyle squatting at each end.
This one's empty.
It had the door had a sign, but it's the door's been knocked down.
Okay. All right. What about this one?
And then that one. Oh well, I opened it. You didn't look inside necessarily. That one says Duchess Dorfnia Dilsinia.
That's it? That's all it says?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to push the door open.
All right. So the door inside, a skeleton draped in rags lies atop a marble slab in the center of the crypt. Hanging on the back wall is a handsome quilt that depicts a royal feast. The quilt looks magically preserved. It's not like rotten or even really dirty.
I want to look at this this next crypt, but I'm not sure.
The door is
where
on the
plaque
south
is.
side of
Okay.
that one.
Yeah, so
What does the plaque say?
That one says Prince Ariel de Plumet, Ariel the Heavy.
Oh, he's a prince. That's got to be good. Open that one up.
Okay, are you opening that one up?
yep.
As you open that one, the apparition of a large, rotund man forms within the dark crypt, its eyes wild with insanity. Large artificial wings unfold from its back. And we're rolling initiative.
Alrighty.
Curiosity killed the cat.
You need to clear out the turn order.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. And then add turn. This is a ghost. Ghost, you might say. Oh, critical
Seriously?
fail on its initiative. Oh no, that was Pavel's. Never mind. The ghost got an 11. All right, that's not bad.
And that was Emil.
Okay.
You rolled better than Pavel did.
All right, I think that's everybody already on there, right? Yeah.
We're getting good at this.
Yeah.
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 It only took a whole lot of practice.
Okay, so I think a handful of you were a little bit surprised, but what you hear is another one of these doors shift open, and then a moaning sound saying, "I can fly!" And that's what is happening right now. So Rockjaw, you've the first initiative.
I'm gonna basically walk vaguely in that direction. What is my movement now? 40. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's going on? Who yelled about pie? Or pie?
From there, I think you can only just see sort of a ghostly light emanating glowing from inside the crypt.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna hold a strike in case something comes near me, but I'm not too worried about it.
All right.
Kaz now.
Yeah. So Shadow, you're up.
Yeah.
Would closing the door work?
It's a ghost.
Couldn't get out before.
No, I'm trying to figure out if I can reason with the ghost, but he's looking kind of insane, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna use yeah, I'm gonna cast whoop. My I'm gonna cast my flame blade.
All right.
And oh, sorry, that's the using the flame blade. Whatever. I have to remember how to use this because I haven't used it since the very beginning.
Okay.
But basically, I evoke a fiery blade in my free hand. The blade is similar in size to the shape of my scimitar. And you can use your action to make a melee spell attack with the fiery blade on a hit. So, does casting this count as my whole turn? Or do
my guess is that casting it is a bonus action. Yes, I just looked it up. And so
Okay.
you can now use your action to attack with it.
Or hold your action in case it comes close.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. If it comes within range, I'm going to use it. And I'm going to say, we're not your enemy.
All right. Anubis.
We're not your enemy.
He can't
We're
really
just
do.
grave
He can't really
robbers.
do much. So he's just going to get behind me and growl at it.
Okay.
Roll intimidate.
All right, you, Honor. What are you doing?
I'm gonna ready my blood spear,
Okay.
but I'm gonna hold my action to counterattack
Okay.
if it attacks me.
If it attacks you?
If it attacks either one of us.
Okay. Esmeralda, what's Esmeralda doing?
Esmeralda is going to ready her firebolt spell and it moves to a place where she can see into the crypt.
I think she's going to have it's going to have 3/4 cover where it is right now because there's two people standing in a small doorway.
Right. But nevertheless.
All right. So I'm just saying it will have 3/4 cover.
Yeah, might not. She might not hit it, but
Okay. All right, Zia, you were not done casting your ritual, so you can keep doing that if you want, but that will be your turn.
he looks up with a little annoyance, but continues the ritual for now.
All right. Okay. It is the ghost's turn now, and it says, "I can fly!" And it flies at you, Shadow. So first,
Yep.
you can make your flame blade attack, and Honor can make her blood spear attack, and Esmeralda can make her firebolt.
There we go.
Okay, 26 does hit.
23.
Yeah, and that's going to hit even with the 3/4 cover. So 10 fire damage. And you guys see that a lot of the flames seem to just, kind of burn away, pass through it. It does seem to take some damage. Its spectral form shimmers as a result. 18 does hit, but it does not take all of that damage. The spear attack actually does seem to hurt it as though it's solid. That magical piercing damage. Okay, so it's going to take 6 fire damage, 10 piercing damage. Okay. So those were those ready to actions. But right now, first of all, let's see. On your turn, various turns, I need Honor and Shadow and Anubis and Esmeralda to make wisdom saving throws.
On our next turn?
Now.
Oh, now. Okay. Ugh.
Okay.
Okay,
Um,
two of them.
All right.
The 18 was Anubis.
Okay. Anubis and Shadow are successful, but Honor and Esmeralda are now frightened of the ghost, which means attacks against it have disadvantage. You cannot make yourself move closer to it. And then it's going to try to possess you, Shadow. So I need a charisma saving throw.
Uh-oh. She's not as charismatic as she thinks she is.
Oh!
All the rest of you watch
no.
as the ghost seems to pass into Shadow as though it's going to fly through her, but then it's just gone. right. Emil's turn.
Emil's not going to do what he was planning on doing, which was using his spear. There's not much he can do here. I think he is going to stick close to Rockjaw and just stay out of the way.
All right.
Yeah, because he really can't. There's nothing he can do to attack.
Okay. Van Richten, what's he up to? I think he obviously at this point would still have only just a sense that there's something happening over there.
Yeah. And I'm not really sure what he can do. Let's see.
Well, so there's a number of things that he might do if he knew exactly what was happening, but at this point, he still kind of really know.
Esmeralda probably recognizes what happened.
Right, yeah, but I'm just saying, unless someone
Octavio's
shouts out what
one.
happened.
Yeah, well, it's not her turn. I'm not sure.
Right. So I would say Rictavio can rush over to see if he can assist with whatever's going on, but he doesn't know what that is yet.
Yeah, he's just gonna move to about here to take a gander, but not get too close.
Right.
Because he's only one-armed and everything.
Okay, Pavel.
Pavel's going to cast Hold Person on Shadow.
Okay. Technically speaking, the ghost is the one that's going to respond to this. So what saving throw is it?
It is... Come on. Wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw.
Jeez.
15. And
Oh,
I thought you said your, I
My
thought you said your
DC
save was 16.
Yeah, my DC is 16.
Okay. So you reach out with this, your spell, and you see Shadow's body suddenly like lock into position, like it can't move. All right, Rockjaw.
I think Shadow just ate it. So we're good then. It's got to be something interesting over here.
Okay.
All right, yeah. The crypt right there by that number says Piddlewick, Fool of Dorfinia.
Fool.
Yeah. So that's Rockjaw's turn. Shadow. You are probably kind of confused because on the one hand, you found your body suddenly moving without your control and then not moving at all.
Ever have one of those days?
Yeah.
So,
You are not able to control anything right now.
yeah, there's not like another
No.
chance for me to resist it. I'm just stuck here.
Nope. Well, okay, let's see. Now, because it's the ghost that would get a chance to resist the hold person, you don't get
No,
a
I
chance
meant
to resist the
resisting the
ghost.
possession.
Right. Nope.
Yeah.
Anubis's turn.
He's he's growling at Shadow now, but he's not going to attack because he could seriously hurt Shadow. So he's gonna hold his action unless she attacks him, and then he'll counterbite.
Okay. What about you, Honor? The ghost, incidentally, is not still here. It is.
Yeah. Van Richten, do you have... Is there a way to get someone unpossessed?
All right, so
assuming
that's
we
what
should
you
know
say,
that.
and then on either of their turns, they will be able to respond to that. So it is actually Esmeralda's turn, and she will turn to Pavel and say, "Are you able to turn undead again?" That, or actually, she has protection from good or evil, I think.
Okay. Yeah. She's not gonna discuss. She's just gonna attack.
Yeah,
So
she would know that protection from good or evil can force out a ghost that's possessing someone.
She cast that on Shadow.
Okay, and as she does, the The target has advantage on a new saving throw. Let's see. You know what? It says on any new saving throw, but she doesn't get a new saving throw. But hang on, let's see. Okay, I'm sorry. Protection from evil and good is not enough. Dispel evil and good would be enough.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, she doesn't have that.
Yeah, so I'll allow that she would know not to cast protection from evil and good, knowing that that's not enough, but that Pavel's turn undead could do it.
I've already used that today, though. Don't I have to take a long rest before I can use it again?
Well, you've used it twice today, but you can use it a number of times up to your wisdom modifier.
Oh, okay.
And so she'll cast it on herself instead, so that if it gets forced out, it doesn't possess her.
All right. Okay. I don't remember what spells Van Richten has, but okay. So Esmeralda, what she knows, I would say, having being an experienced monster hunter who's fought ghosts before, is that the only way to deal with the possessed person like this is either to force them out through some sort of a divine magic like turn undead or the dispel evil and good, or to knock the person unconscious. Will force the ghost to come out.
Okay. Well, she's casting protection from good.
Break
and
enchantment.
she tells Pavel to try to turn it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Zia's continuing his ritual still?
Things don't look dire yet, so he's gonna keep on working.
I like the idea of his arcane incantations are getting a little bit on edge, like through clenched teeth a little bit.
Looking up at you guys done yet?
Yeah. All right, it is the ghost's turn, and I believe that on its at the end of its turn, it can make another wisdom saving throw, which is going to do it. That's not a 16, so it is still frozen in place. And I think actually, well, no, that was on the end of its turn. So, yeah, that's it. Okay, Emil's turn. Have Emil make a stealth check for me, please.
Okay.
God
Hang
damn
on.
it.
He's slipping away.
Might
You
try
mixed it.
anyway.
Holy crap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Emil's gone.
I'm
What?
not surprised.
Okay. So that makes it Van Richten's turn.
Van Richten's getting a phone call.
Van Richten is a cleric. He can turn undead as well, can't he?
Well, hang on. Let me double check with his.
Hang on. He's going to do dispel good and evil. On
Oh,
Strahd.
yes.
Yes.
Cool.
All right. Okay. Let's see. You can. Okay, so the ghosts. Let's see. I'm just trying to make sure I see what happens. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit it again.
That's all right.
Yeah, there's using the break enchantment.
Well, yeah, Dispel Evil and Good is a self casting.
No, but not if you're casting it on someone as break enchantment.
As your action,
Touch
make a
a
melee
creature.
spell attack against a celestial, elemental creature, or, fae, fiend, or undead. And so that's essentially what you're trying to do here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you make a melee spell. I'm going to say because she is paralyzed with the whole
She's-
person.
No, she's not using the dismissal. She's using break enchantment.
Yeah.
But you cast it on yourself, and then you have those actions on your subsequent turn.
Okay. As your action, you touch a creature you can reach that is charmed or possessed. Okay, I see. The creature is no longer possessed. Okay, yeah. So he has move him up to where he can make this melee. He can touch her, and then.
Esmeralda here.
Oh, I see. And he will continue to have that ability
Concentration up
while
to
he
a
has
minute,
concentration.
It won't happen until his next turn, though, right?
Right.
Because this turn
Right.
he's casting it. Next turn he can make the action to.
Well, no, but yeah, I guess it does say it is a concentration spell you cast on yourself with one action, and then as an action you can do that. So he has not done it yet, but he has cast it, and he will be able to on his next turn.
Yeah.
That's an awesome spell. I gotta remember that one.
Yeah. That's a lot better than it was in
Well, it is
previous
a 5th
editions.
level too, though.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's his only one, so
Yeah.
he wasn't going to use it before.
Yeah. Okay, so that was Van Richten's turn. Pavel, it is your turn. You have been informed that if you use your turn undead, that will do it. But you also know Van Richten has just done something to allow him to do it too.
I'm going to cast Turn Undead.
Okay.
Don't use it up.
Going to get up close enough to do that? Or I mean,
Yes. Yeah.
I guess
Oh,
30
sure.
feet. You are technically just close enough from there, but I don't know if that's
Yeah, let me move up a few squares. Yeah.
okay. All right, I'm actually just it. Not no spoilers, but it matters where you're standing when you do that.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so you do your turn undead, and I think, yeah, it still does have to be turned, so it does have to fail the throw.
Yeah.
But it's going to make a wisdom saving throw against that. It is too powerful to just be destroyed. But it does fail, so it is turned. And it, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and say that I think strictly speaking, we could wait until its turn. But yeah, so technically you still have active the hold person on Shadow, but the ghost you see as this magical energy ripples through, the ghost is pushed out.
Okay.
Okay, Pavel's turn. So Rockjaw.
Seeing Pavel walk by, there's something still. Where's Emil? And I'm gonna run back this direction and see if I can see him.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, make a perception check.
Not bad, but
There's no sign of him.
Emil, fear the day when I find you.
Okay, Shadow. Well, so first of all, Pavel, would you have released the hold person as soon as you did that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
All I have to do is break my concentration. I think,
yeah,
really.
you can just let it go.
Okay.
And so, Shadow, you now find yourself once again in control of your body, and the ghost has been forced out and is hovering in the air next to you, and it just says, "I can fly."
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to move,
Okay.
and I'm going to
It gets an attack of opportunity against you,
oh,
unless you are taking a.
will
Unless you're
disengage.
disengaging. You can
And-
disengage if you want.
yeah, I'm gonna disengage and move out of the way because I
All
didn't
right.
like that. So if
Yeah.
I've disengaged, that's my action, right?
Yeah.
So she's just gonna move
All right.
away because
No,
she didn't like that.
Yeah. All right. Anubis' turn.
All right. And Anubis is going to boogie up and bite this thing.
All right.
Does it qualify as undead?
It is undead.
Okay. 16?
A 16 does hit.
15 piercing.
Ooh, sweet.
And that counts as magical, correct? Or no?
No.
I keep forgetting that. Okay, so he attempts to, tear through it, and it is only partially, like its spectral form, eludes it somewhat, and it is not able to pull it prone because it is
You can
floating.
fly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
As
but
you
he
can
does
sound.
do another 7 damage to it. All right. Okay, Honor.
All right, and I'm frightened of this thing, so I can't get any closer.
Correct. That reminds me too. I want to double check something. Okay.
Yeah. Do we get saves on our turns against that?
Yeah, that's a part of what I was wanting to double check. Okay.
In which case, Esmeralda should have had one.
Oh, well, she hasn't had her turn yet.
Oh, okay. I thought she. Okay, never mind. That's fine.
Yeah. So let's see Okay. When you Okay, I'm sorry, I lost the thread. So, Honor, you can at the end of your turn make another saving throw.
Okay. So she's going to.
I mean, you can do something else, but you cannot make yourself move closer to it. And
Right.
attack against it would be disadvantage.
Okay. Let's see how this works out. Because I actually did move away. But I have sharpshooter, so she doesn't have cover.
Okay.
Which, I might still have disadvantage, but
Yeah. Yeah.
23?
Okay, so 23
Nice.
will still hit, yeah.
It's not a magical weapon, but against
it would be-
undead, so it would be 12.
Uh,
So 6.
well, so it's still half the piercing, and then half of the 4 and half of the 12. So it would actually be 8.
Okay.
All right.
No, I think it's just 6. It's just
well,
6.
Okay.
Because the piercing is against regular. The piercing is against regular, and then the undead beast
Okay.
is against my
Is it not a bonus damage?
I've got bonuses against beasts and undead.
Yeah, it's confusing because it's doing the crit and it's like which ones are which. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
but
the
no,
12.
it would be the 6
All right.
for the 12.
Okay, so I've fixed that. All right, so that's your turn. You can make another wisdom saving throw.
All right. Nope.
Nope, still frightened. Esmeralda's turn.
Okay. She's frightened for the moment, so she's going to cast another firebolt.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. One thing at a time. Nope.
All right. Yeah, unfortunately the firebolt sails wide. Okay, Zia, your
Save?
turn. Oh,
There's-
yes. Yeah, she can make her saving throw.
She can move
6.
if she wants to.
Yeah. Well, so no, she's going to stay where she is.
Okay.
Um.
All right. So what? That's another failure, unfortunately. Okay. Zia,
Zia.
still doing the ritual?
No, Zia's like, all right. What are you guys up to? He comes down here and he's going to ready a firebolt if he sees the ghost.
Okay. All right. It is the ghost's turn. It was turned, so it is basically fleeing, and it is able to be ethereal, and so it goes just right through the wall.
Right?
I'll get rid of that.
Well, that was a waste of my 5th level spell.
Okay. So yeah, the trying to remember how turn undead works. Like if it eventually wears off, I think it does.
It wears off if they get hurt.
Well,
So it might.
wears off early if they get hurt, but it's not permanent.
But I heard it, and so did Anubis. So it wouldn't have been still turned.
That's true. You are absolutely right. Thank you for reminding me. So it was not turned still.
I think the effect only lasts for a minute anyway.
Yeah. So I think it's going to reach down and make a withering touch attack against Anubis. It's a 15 to hit.
His armor class is 17
All right. It misses. Anubis dodges out of the way.
and growls
Yeah.
angrily.
The ghost says, "Well, I can fly." All right, Van Richten's turn.
What would happen if he used his dismissal touch ability on it?
Well, that I would assume is what he ought to try doing. I would suggest that's what he do.
Yeah,
Gotta
who's
hit it.
controlling him?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. So, make a melee spell attack against.
Yeah, that was
against the ghost.
totally my plan.
That's right.
And then I
Yeah, he's got to move up to it.
Mhm.
yeah. So where is it?
Yeah.
I saw it on the thing.
Well,
the
it would be
earlier.
pick the same as what his sword would be if he had it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unfortunately, it floats out of his reach before he was able to touch it.
I thought there was something that said that magical melee was different. Maybe I was.
was the-
Well, okay,
Oh,
actually,
yeah, he uses this magic.
yeah,
spell
you're right.
bomb.
You're right. Yeah, so it would be different. So I mean, I could pull up his sheet and find it. But whatever his.
Oh, here it is. He gets a +7.
Okay.
So let me do
So-
that. Yeah. So,
Yeah, so it would be another 3, so that would be an 11.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah, and actually 11 is just what you needed.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
alright.
It makes a charisma saving throw to avoid being dismissed. And let's see what that happen. How that happens.
Oh,
What is his DC?
it was +7. So
No. His DC is different. Hang on.
Yeah.
probably 15.
15.
yeah.
Unfortunately, this you see this ghost start to dissipate, and then he suddenly, "Rah! I can fly!"
So does anything happen to him then?
No, the spell is still active. It just didn't work that time.
Yeah, he can do it again next round.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did have to move up 1 square though to be in touching range.
Yeah.
I just. Oh, all right.
Nothing happens to Van Richten, and it succeeded on its saving throw, so it is not dismissed. But
Okay.
Van Richten can try again on his next turn.
It just feels like, oh, you got the to hit, but then he can do the charisma.
I didn't write the spell. It
No, I
says
know,
make
I'm
a
just
melee
trying to
spell
figure out
attack,
the-
and then the creature must succeed on a charisma saving throw.
All right.
I mean, that's how the spell is written. You have to do both.
That's fine.
Yep. All right.
Trying to figure it out.
Yep. Pavel.
Pavel is going to get the map back up here. He's going. Hold on. He is going to move up to here, and then he is going to cast Magic Circle around Zia. Honor,
takes a-
I think
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda will tap you on the shoulder and say that the ghost already looks damaged. I don't think we need to use that.
No.
It also takes a minute, I think.
Takes a
Oh,
minute
okay.
to
Yeah, it
cast.
does.
Well, then I'll just fire Sacred Flame at it.
works.
Dexterity saving throw.
19.
Yeah, that saves.
It's only got a +1. It's actually just rolling really well.
Yeah. Clearly.
Okay, Rockjaw.
Damn it, Pavel! You had only one job.
Yeah. So,
For Emil down here.
yeah. So what I would say, first of all, just Rockjaw, because you looked for Emil, is that you don't see him, but there's a limited number of places that he could go from here. So it's up to
Yeah.
you. to
He
decide.
has gone
Well,
back down that passage.
that's why
There's no
I'm-
question.
Maybe,
Okay.
but I didn't see him there, and the door wasn't open. They're obviously gone through, so I'm going to check down here.
Okay. All right.
This is definitely something that would distract him away from everything else. It's not just me being
Yeah.
a dick.
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
Okay. You can make another survival check if you want.
Survival?
Yeah. For
Tracks.
tracking.
Oh,
Because you didn't
okay.
just see him as he slipped away. So if you want to try to find evidence, yeah, I think you actually do find some footprints in the dirt. As you like wave your axe to clear away bits of mist, you can see some footsteps in the dirt, and you believe you see tracks leading back to the hallway that you came through.
Okay, then I'm definitely going through that door.
All right. Shadow, you're up.
All right. How bad's the ghost looking?
pretty bad.
All right.
I mean, it doesn't take full damage from a lot of these regular attacks, but it looks pretty disrupted compared to how it started.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide if I want to use this spell slot.
Don't use it. Don't use
Don't
it.
use
You
it.
don't need
All right. I'm going
Truth
to
flame or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to move to a position where I can. Can I reach him from here? Yeah, I've got a clean line of sight. I'm gonna produce flame.
All right.
No, that's the whole thing. Sorry.
You still have to make
Every
the
freaking time.
the
I
ranged
know, I
spell
know.
attack. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought I had it. Here it is. I have a
Yeah.
clickable. I just had
26
to remember
hits.
where.
Nice.
Excellent.
Takes four fire damage. As part of the flame is absorbed in its spectral form. Part of it just sails through. All right, Anubis.
Misses.
Yes, a 9 is a miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
Honor.
Okay, so heavy crossbow,
All right.
20.
Oh, yeah.
20 does
Oh.
hit. Yeah.
Okay, and it'll be the 3 for this. But-
yeah, so it would be 11, but it's going to be 5.
No, it's
The 7.
this one is against normal things. This is against undead and beasts.
And this
Uh,
ghost is an undead.
It's an undead, so it would be so it would be the 7,
half a
but
seven.
Oh, I
you
see.
have
It's
a
not
7.
4 and 7. It is 7. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh.
I see. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
that's fine.
Anubis gets another attack.
Mhm.
16
16 hits.
for another 8.
And this
Monster.
thing is almost reduced to nothing. It's it is barely holding its form together. It's hovering and it's kind of starting to fade in places and disappear, and its wings are sort of flapping spasmically, and it's just, "Whoa, I can fly!" All right, you can make another wisdom.
I
that's-
failed it.
Yeah, that's another. You're still scared. It's a scary thing. This thing that thinks it can fly. I mean, technically it's floating, so does that count? I don't know.
Yeah,
Esmeralda's turn.
its insanity is frightening.
Another firebolt.
Poor insane ghost.
7 fire damage.
Yeah,
That finish
and
it off?
that does it. Yeah, that finishes it off. Oh. And as the fire sinks into it, it starts to burn it up almost like flesh paper. It just kind of just says, "I couldn't fly."
Aww.
Almost feel sorry for it.
Yeah.
What happened to
spiritual
Rockjaw?
Yeah. So
The hell what happened to
Rockjaw.
Emil?
Well, yeah. So Rockjaw, as you enter that hallway, you still don't have a lot of visibility on it, but you're pretty sure he came this way. So
Yeah, he's running faster than I don't know how long he was gone. So Rokta will be in frustration, yelling down the hallway.
okay.
Emil, you have one chance. You can redeem yourself and your kind, or you can run, and I will hunt you down if anything becomes of Jessica. Stand now, or run forever.
And I'll try to make an intimidation check.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm great at those things. I'm dropping my pens. I'm all distracted.
That guy's head's gonna land on our doorstep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I do have actually training the skill. Oh crap! That's better than I thought.
Huh. I'm trying to decide because he's pretty motivated to get away. Because like he was increasingly convinced that not only are you guys probably going to get yourselves killed and him along with you, but that you might not treat him well even after that. I think in this context, yeah, I don't think you're talking him into turning around. Sorry.
That's fine. Had to try.
Yeah.
Had to try.
Yeah, I think the rest of you would have heard him shout that.
Actually, everybody else hears him shout that, and there's probably a hint of desperation they've never heard from Rockjaw before.
Poor Rockjaw. I'm gonna go check out that crypt.
Yeah, where the ghost was.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's see. It appears to. There's not anything else in it.
Really?
Nope.
After all that.
crypt?
Why would there be a ghost?
Why would there be a ghost in the crypts beneath this vampire's castle?
Because he can fly.
You guys are lucky that you were sort of so quickly able to surround Shadow, because part of what that ghost does if he's free to act is he will try to make you go climb to the top of the nearest tower and jump off the end.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. But you guys held him in place and then surrounded him and forced him out just really fast. So
The funny thing is, Shadow can fly.
She just thinks she can.
A couple different forms.
It's a little craziness we have to deal with.
yeah.
Pavel! How could you let him go, Pavel?
Was fighting off a ghost.
So? It's not the first. He may have been my only chance.
Why did
the
you
ghost
let him
had taken
go?
over Shadow. I had to make a choice.
I could not keep up with him. He was long gone. I hope.
Well, we know the general vicinity of where the werewolf packs resided. So once we're done with Strahd, we'll have plenty of free time to go find her.
If it's not too late. The one consolation is I do not think that Strahd holds her. And that means he has nothing on me.
So now that you guys have a little bit more time and you had walked by it, this northern passage there on the north wall, what you see is an iron portcullis closed, blocking the pathway, but beyond it, white marble steps.
Should we check out these other crypts though before we go down the hallway?
Yes. Before we go down there, I agree that we want to look for the
Wizard.
Yes,
Relic.
The
relic.
relic. Yes, the relic. Was there a reason to associate that with a wizard? I forget.
That was your clue. It was, but that it was found in the crypt of a wizard ordinaire is what the clue was.
Okay, look for a plaque that says it's a wizard.
All right, so let's just go around and read the rest of these plaques.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, what about the one I've got?
So let me just briefly. We'll do this kind of. We're going to need to do it sort of in order because obviously some of these things have things that might happen, otherwise others don't, right?
Right.
Okay, so the one by Honor. Scrolling. That one says, Artank Swilovich, friend and member of the Barovian Wine Distillers Guild.
Does
Harry
not
would
sound
love
like
to
a
be
wizard.
interested in that.
Yeah.
Weren't those winery
I
people
didn't mean
wizards?
to open the. So I'm gonna only reveal the ones that you have actually opened. That's gonna be how I'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you move towards that one, Honor. Let's see. Let's see. As you step on that plate, you suddenly hear, and 4 poison darts are shoot out at you. Let's see.
Nice knowing you, Honor.
It's been an honor.
Okay. All right. So
You made him leave. By the way, Prince Justin says, given that Rockjaw is going to be staying in Barovia forever, that threat he just shouted is a very real threat.
Oh
Yes.
Mhm.
definitely
Yeah.
is. So these 4 darts are a 15, a 12, a 22, and a 25 respectively.
Uh-huh.
How many of those hit?
The 12 does not.
Okay,
Oh,
so
ouch.
three hits then.
Yep.
Okay, so you take 10 piercing damage, and I need you to make a 3 Constitution saving throws.
Okay. 15,
15
11.
is a success, 11 is a failure,
19.
19. So 2 successes and a failure. So basically, it is 2d10 poison damage for each of them, but for 2 of them you only take half. So, hang on. So you take 7 plus 8 plus 4, so 19 poison damage. As you get to those darts. But then, as you're standing there, you see that the plaque on the crypt says Saint Markovia, dead for all time.
Saint.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That might be where you would find a relic.
Yes.
Be careful of the trap I just stepped on, but this is St. Markovia's tomb, so I'm going to open it up.
All right.
And take a peek. I'm not going to go inside, but I am going to peek inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you open the door, and the crypt smells of roses. The remains atop its marble slab have disintegrated, except for one thigh bone.
That's the relic. Hang on. Oh no, never mind. I thought Rictavio had something, but I was thinking of something else. Never mind. Could what's her face do mage hand?
Yes, she could.
Oh yes.
She'll walk over and use Mage Hand to take the thigh bone.
As it starts to lift off the slab, a ghostly form appears above the dust, so faint that you can barely discern more than part of a face. From this apparition comes the faintest of whispers. The vampire must be destroyed. Use me as your weapon. With that, it fades away.
Yep, that was our plan.
Yep.
Yep.
So what I'm going to clarify, this is not the holy symbol that you're looking for.
No.
This is not a holy symbol. However,
It is something. It is not the thing. But so yes, basically what you have now is a thigh bone, obviously, that basically it, like in the image here, the thigh bone actually has some like metal and stuff inlaid to it. What I'm going to essentially tell you guys is that it can be used as a mace.
Pavel, you use maces. Esmeralda gives it to Pavel.
Yeah, and he's a paladin, so it kind of makes sense.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Pavel, you get the sense that this is a powerful holy relic that could be used as a mace. You get the sense that there's more that it can do, but it would need to be attuned.
Okay.
Attunement is a long rest, though, right?
Short rest.
Short rest. Okay.
Well.
I think we're going to need one of those anyways. So.
Yeah, I think so.
Good idea.
All right. So, given the fact that I am standing on the trap as we speak, am I going to need to make a dexterity check to get off of the trap?
Well, let's deal with that in just a second. Tim, I put the Saint Markovia's thigh bone in your
Inventory?
Inventory.
Okay.
Right now, I think it will probably only just show a picture of it. Right now, you could use it as a standard mace.
Okay.
But once you attune to it, I will give you the thing that tells you like what it can do more than that.
All right.
Assuming
So
that's what you
short
were
rest.
planning to do. But okay,
Sure.
but yes, but Honor, you are definitely still standing on this trap panel. You get the sense it is a pressure plate that is currently depressed because you're standing on it.
Yeah.
So,
if you
I'd be
leap
depressed
out of it,
Good on me too.
Yeah.
I said I'd be depressed if you were standing on me.
Can I get up to? I'm gonna get right up next to Honor there.
You don't want to do
You
that.
don't want to do that. No.
Don't do that.
Esmeralda
Get out.
stops you. No.
She's too late. He steps onto it, and it just kind of goes
shit.
ka-chunk because it's already still depressed.
Okay, good.
It has not reset because the weight
Yeah.
has not lifted off of it.
All right, just come off the plates, as Esmeralda says. Just come back here.
I'm gonna cast resistance. I'm gonna touch her on the shoulder and cast resistance on her.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so are you both?
And then get out of the way. Like, right up
As
there.
you both step off of the plate, you hear it go.
Yes. Well, luckily we do not need to go back in there again. Okay.
Zia's down by a couple of doors.
Zena's down by a couple of me. Wants to look at those.
Okay. The one on to the west of you says Sir Leonid Krushkin, Sir Lee the Crusher. Bigger than life, he loved his jewelry.
Tempting, but that can wait. What about the other one?
That one says Tasha Petrovna, healer of kings, light unto the west, servant, companion.
Okay. Yeah.
What about the one the Rockjaw is standing in front of?
That one said I read that one already, but that's the Piddlewick Fool of Dorfnia.
Oh, right.
Just give me a second, because I'm just going to reveal more of the non-hidden, portions of this room. But because I'm doing these big blocks and I don't want to undo the, the interior of these, it's like a little bit time-consuming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Also, something else is going to happen in just a second.
Earth-shattering
Sneak
kaboom.
preview.
Holy crap.
Yeah, this is a big room.
Yeah.
Okay, and also let me make sure I know which one is this all happening for. Sorry, there's so many of these things. Okay. Just at the very sort of limits of your hearing, Zia, you hear a little bit of a voice coming from the southern direction. Just says, "This way."
Just the disembodied voices.
All right. So then the one that you're standing by now, Rockjaw. By the way, it's fun that you are looking at all of them because some of these are just silly.
Gotta have a little comic relief in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that you're standing by right now, Rockjaw says, King Katsky, Katsky the Bright, ruler, inventor, and self-proclaimed time traveler.
Okay.
This one was a king. I don't know if that matters.
All right. The one that you've just approached, Zia, says, Kazan, his word was power. And then the next one that you just came by says, Elsa Folona von Twitterberg, beloved actor. She had many followers.
On Twitter?
That's what it says.
It was a stage.
All right. Am I close enough to read this one?
Make a perception check.
I don't actually want to get too close to those.
I hear you. I get it. Yeah. I'll say that's enough. Like you're squinting a little bit, but there is a plaque on it that says Sir Sednik Spinwitovich, Admiral Spinwitovich, Confused though he was, he built the greatest naval force ever assembled in a landlocked country.
And that took
That's
some doing.
awesome. That's awesome. Not what we need, but awesome.
I can't remember. Did we already investigate this one that I'm next to?
Yes.
We did. Okay.
Yeah, we're pretty much in a straight line.
Yeah,
Okay.
so basically all of them in these top 3 rows have been read except for this
The second one.
Well, so there's that one, yeah, and this one over here. In those are the only ones you haven't looked at in down here. You also, I mean, obviously saw where the white marble steps were.
Since
Yeah.
there have been traps in many places, I will cautiously look at the floor before stepping in closer to this door.
Okay, make a perception check.
Probably not going to matter because I'm not really that good at perception.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yes, you are.
You did okay.
I did all right.
Yeah, this one's got big letters. It says King Troisky, the 3-faced king.
This is a king with many faces. That's going to be weird. Multiple heads, too.
Is Esmeralda going to check out this one?
Oh, yeah. Let's look at this one over here.
Yeah.
So that one says Stabel Indibach, a truer friend no ruler ever had. Here lies his family in honor.
All the
Stop
whole family in
looking
one
back,
box.
friend.
Why?
I think Esmeralda would say, once you're dead, you don't need a lot of personal space.
Hey, Shadow, stay with us.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm just trying to trail behind. My bad.
Another one got to run.
Yeah.
So there's 3 in the next row down here.
We can't see the doors.
Oh yeah, let me reveal a bit more stuff here. First of all, when you get down to this level where you could see where the doors are, you see a couple of things. One is you see a big open spiral staircase that goes up. And then in this direction, you see a big wide open passage with some sort of a glowing blue magic a little ways into it. That you see that there's clearly an important room through there, but there's some sort of glowing light that you would need to examine closer to see more. But in the meantime, those crypts in this row, one of them, the stone door of this crypt has been carefully laid to one side. So let me just open that one up. Through the swirly mists of the perpetual fog, freshly engraved letters spell out the words, Irina Kolyana, wife.
Oh,
What?
This is where the transformation is expected to happen.
Or where he's going to bury her.
Yeah.
Yes.
The middle one says
do we want to look in? Make sure she's
it's
not
empty
there.
right now.
Oh, it's empty. Okay.
Yeah. It is empty and has been swept clean.
Oh, that's nice of them.
It might have been the previous wives as well.
Oh, it's
Well,
Irina.
Irina but Tatiana is the reincarnated
Yes.
soul that he's interested in. So the middle one says, Artemis, builder of the keep, thou standest amidst the monument to his life.
The crazy bugger that built this place.
I wonder if the skeleton is in there, could speak with the dead, get us information from this builder that might help us.
Speak with dead. Let me look up how long that can be done. I mean, it can be done for a while, but let's see.
It's a 10-minute. It takes 10. It's a
Well, yeah,
one
but
action
how
last
long
one.
can they be have
yeah.
speak
that's
with
what
dead? Takes 10 minutes. No, it can last for 10 minutes. The spell fails if the corpse was the target of this. Oh no! Wait, hang on. corpse of your choice. The corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead. Meaning, if it does have a complete skull, then it would work.
Yeah. So, might be worth looking at.
Sounds creepy.
Who wants to open it?
I'll open
We
it.
need a rogue.
All right. You open the door to that one. A skeleton draped in rags lies atop a marble slab in the center of the crypt.
Does it have a mouth?
It has a jaw.
Yes.
Close enough.
So Octavio is going to cast Speak with the Dead.
So I think before he actually casts the spell, he would tell all of you what this will allow us to do is ask 5 questions
Yes.
of the individual that these bones belonged to. He is not forced or obligated to tell us the truth, but he will give us an answer to 5 questions. We should probably decide what those are in advance.
So what do we want to ask him? We want to ask about where the heart might be, right?
Would he necessarily know that, though?
Well, he built it, so that's my question. I mean,
Are there any complete plans somewhere? There was a.
Yes, I've seen it.
It's true. There was a
It's like a
miniature version.
dollhouse model, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when the time came, he was going to use that information to figure out which the biggest tower was. But knowing which one is the biggest tower would be useful.
It's not always about the biggest. I mean, come on.
well, it's the biggest tower, not the tallest, right? That we were told.
Mm-hmm.
You were told it by Morgantha.
Yes, Morgantha.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So we want to ask, where's the biggest tower, not the tallest? What else?
Well, so I think Esmeralda would probably point out that hags are notoriously sneaky and tricky, and while she might not have been lying per se, you can't necessarily, like, the biggest tower, like, seems purposefully vague.
All right.
So following up that language might be difficult for anyone else to answer any better than you could already.
So, any other suggestions on how to word this? You know, where is there a? Do you know? Can you tell us of an area in the castle that Strahd might have put the heart, or is there something else?
Mm.
I'm not sure how else to word that.
I think Esmeralda would just say, either he knows where the heart is or he doesn't. If he does, then just asking him straight will be the surest way to get the information we look. If we ask around the edges of what we really want to know, then we risk not finding out anything at all.
All right, then where is the heart? What else do we want to know? The brothers' crypt is that? Where
I think we know where that is. That's. I've already located that.
Okay, then.
What about that holy symbol?
That's
The thigh bone, isn't it?
No, it's
No.
Okay. Where is the tomb of a wizard ordinaire? The crypt.
Bear in mind, too, that
He'll
the
only
way the
know
spell
what-
works, he only can know things that he would have known in life. He doesn't have awareness of things that would have happened since.
Yeah. So
Is there a secret passage to Strahd's throne room? Something like that?
that sounds like a useful thing to ask.
Yeah.
I'm not
And
sure.
then-
And his chambers, his resting
As
place.
an aside, how big is the spell slot on this? Because I'm thinking that it may not be worth spending the spell slot, especially since we may not have another long rest. But
It's
then
a
we're
third
done.
level spell.
The third level spell? I'd hold it. Seriously, I don't think there's anything we can learn there that we don't need, that we need.
I disagree. I think that the information
Alright.
would help us a lot.
All right.
Up to you guys.
Perhaps where does Strahd rest?
If he's the architect of the
Esmeralda
castle,
might suggest, perhaps at the very least, we could find out what other dead individuals might be available.
and another thing is, okay, the most likely thing to ask him, I think, would be the locations of secret passages in the castle.
Yeah.
That seems to me to be the thing that's most likely to get a good answer is where we can find secret passages in the castle.
Is there a common trick to disabling the traps?
Yeah.
So, how? I feel like, is there a common trick to disable the traps? Will simply give us a yes or a no.
How do we disable or avoid all the traps?
Okay.
I think
That's all I got.
Yeah, Esmeralda would probably say, I think it would be useful to find out what traps he might know about, but we should also assume it's possible that some could have been constructed since.
Agreed.
Is there a date on his burial?
No.
No. He was just dead a while ago.
Yeah. Well, considering how long Strahd has been in control of this, we have to assume that this castle is over 600 years old.
He didn't build it for Strahd.
No, he would have built it for Strahd's predecessors.
So he won't
So-
know about the heart necessarily.
Correct. That's my thought.
Well, I think it's
Yeah.
worth asking him.
I think, Zia, you would probably know, having, lived in Barovia for a long time, is that Strahd is rumored to be hundreds of years old.
But he's not the first ruler here, right?
Well, I mean, you don't know.
Okay.
Actually, let me double check what you would remember. Because you had the Tome of Strahd.
We did know that he went evil when bad things happened trying to resurrect his
Right.
wife. So he was good before that, presumably.
Ish.
Ish.
Yes.
Relative.
So the Tome
But he
of
also
Strahd.
didn't
Let me just.
spontaneously arrive, right?
I'm trying to just. I want to. Let's see. So what he did say in the Tome of Strahd was that I called for my family. That he conquered, settled the Valley of Barovia, took power over the people, and then called for his family and brought them here to settle in the Castle Ravenloft. But you, I would say, at the very least, you don't know if there were rulers in this castle beforehand.
Right. Well, there were other kings. We saw 2 other kings. Their tombs are here.
Yeah, but
Well, were they really
Strahd
kings?
has
Or did
never
they just call
said he was a
themselves kings?
king. Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Puffo.
Yeah, I was just saying, were they really kings, or did they just call themselves kings?
Or someone carved it in stone.
And were they kings of all of Barovia or, smaller areas? So, the questions I have are: do you know where is the stone? Or sorry, the heart? Where is Strahd's resting place? Can you tell us about the secret passages? What other undead we may find here? And okay, so that's right.
Is that 4 or
How do we
5?
disable? I think. Hang on, I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 4. And then how do we disable or avoid traps? So that's 5. Shall we do this?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, let's do this. So
All right, everybody, let's play Stump the DM. All right. Van Richten concentrates on the spell, holding his hand over the skull of this skeleton here within the crypt, and there's a arcane sort of energy that permeates the room, and then all of a sudden, the skeleton, the skull turns. The jaw kind of twitches. Yes. What would you ask of me?
where is Strahd's resting place within the castle?
Strahd rests within a tomb here in the catacombs.
That could get bad.
That's
Sorry, I'm just writing this down.
Yeah, I'm writing it too.
Well, at least we know he's still playing the organ, so he's not down here yet.
Strahd had me construct special tombs for himself and his family.
Where is the heart of the castle?
I was gonna say of the castle's like the heart. Well,
Heart bone connected to the. Does that go?
the heart could often be a metaphor, but there was a crystal sculpture glowing red with magic placed at the top of one of the towers.
which tower? We didn't know which tower.
Which tower is that?
There are 3 towers. It is placed in the heart of the second highest tower. The tallest is narrow. The next tallest is wider. The
See, I would
lowest
know
is
that
the
it would-
widest still. And so from having seen it outside, you know there. So when you saw the castle from the front, let me just kind of.
Yeah, I'm
Up
bringing
by
up
the
the
castle.
handout right now.
Yeah. So basically saying he's saying it's the second tallest one.
Okay.
And Zia would know which one that is based on the model that he saw.
Yeah.
Instead.
Okay.
I think that's
Tell
3
us-
questions.
Yes, that counts as 3. Because you made me ask a second question.
Oh,
The follow up. Got nailed on the follow up.
yeah.
Tell us of the secret passages within the castle.
There are many.
I was hoping for a little bit more.
Really?
Is that going to count as question number 5? Or should we
So,
just move on to...
What I'll say is that I'll allow you to clarify that one, but bear in mind just how this would work from the perspective of this skeleton. Is let's say he has designed 15 secret passages in various parts of the castle, and you've asked him, tell us of them.
That's not a very specific question. Yeah.
Like what is he supposed to say? Oh, if you go 25 feet up and you're like, I mean,
Are they marked in any way, I suppose?
No, they wouldn't
No,
be
no, no,
marked.
no, no, no.
I don't know.
It is.
It's not a question. I'm just stating something.
I cannot answer your question without understanding what you look for. There are too many to describe in the time that you have left.
Should we ask for specific ones? You know, the ones going to Strahd's throne. Should we ask for the ones?
The heart, I think, is the one. Ask us if there's any in the tower that leads to the heart.
Oh, and do we know where Irina might be kept?
She'd be in his private chambers.
In the
Are there any
No.
secret passages to Strahd's chambers or throne room?
All right, well, let's see. Let me look at things. This is a big castle, you guys. Like, let's see. The throne room has a secret door where you would look at the wall while sitting. Look straight forward and then a bit to the left, and you will find a secret door that leads to a corridor within the walls.
Oh, straight and to the left. All right.
What I will remind you again briefly just is too that I think Esmeralda, having been told of the various clues you guys received, also remembers you were told that you would finally face him in the mother's tomb.
Mother's tomb.
So
So you have one more question.
yeah, we have one more question. Should we ask about the mother's tomb?
Yes.
Ask
Yes.
about other undead here, or should we ask about the trap?
Nah, the tomb.
Yeah,
Mother's
Mother's
tomb.
tomb.
Where is the mother's tomb? How do we get into the mother's tomb? Where and how do we get into the mother's
Well, that's two questions. You could say, how do we get into the mother's tomb?
How do we get into the mother's tomb?
One of the special tombs here in the catacombs was designed for his mother and father, Queen Ravenovia and King Barov. The tomb is the center one between the tombs for Strahd himself and for his brother Sergei. It is protected by a powerful magical barrier that only beings of lawful good nature can penetrate. There are ways around the statues that generate the barrier, but they are narrow.
Oh, good thing we've got some lawful goods.
That skull just coughed.
And actually, with that cough, the skull does cough and then just stops moving.
All right.
All right.
I think, is he still here?
Let us keep looking for the wizard's tomb.
And Honor, it occurs to you that that magical barrier he described makes you think of that big blue glowy magic thing that you saw just over there.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I was thinking too.
I was thinking, yeah, let's not go near the great big blue magic glowy thing if Strahd is supposed to be down here somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think, though, that as you guys are having that conversation, suddenly you hear a voice say, "You know, I've sealed that fool within the crypt so that he would not spill my castle's secrets."
I think we've been made.
Yeah, and I think that's where we'll call it for today.
That's good.
Yep.
Cliffhanger.
All right, yay!
Yay!
You guys made some good progress, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still have a really bad feeling about this.
Oh, we've
It's like we
always
skipped
had.
as usual. I think we skipped the middle step of doing things. It's like, oh yeah, Strahd's right here. Crap, we're not ready yet.
Yeah. You did find a powerful magical artifact that you haven't attuned to yet.
Yeah.
Yep. And we still haven't gotten the Sun Sword, even though we know it's just up there.
Yeah. You did continue to walk further away from it instead of going straight to it, but hey.
Well, I mean,
We got some good intel.
No,
though.
there's
That was-
lots. Hey, look, decisions are made for good reasons, and they're not necessarily wrong decisions. It's just decisions. I'm just teasing you guys. But yay! Thanks for playing, and thank you everybody who was watching, and who listens or watches later. We won't be playing next weekend because for Memorial Day weekend, several of us are going to be at Balticon.
yay!
Yeah, but maybe hopefully the week after that we will be back and find out what will happen here within the catacombs beneath Castle Ravenloft. All right. So, say goodbye to the stream, everybody. Bye.
Goodbye,
Bye,
stream.
Bye,
stream.
Everybody.